think that I just come in there and look for knockoffs, and that's not the case. You know, I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, I'm here. Who wants to fight me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter beat me.
Demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. Oh man, we had a wonderful evening of boxing, man. And like I always say, I always take a second, man, to sit back and analyze and get the pulse after we have one of these. Instantaneously, like right after the fight, when everybody online doing their thing, the next day, all day, you know, when I just kind of soak in what I'm actually seeing and hearing everywhere, man. And all I'm gonna say is boxing fans are gonna be boxing fans, man. I realize, man, just like some people in relationships, some people, you know, in work situations, is that some people are just never going to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything wrong with the festivities that took place. You know, I was hard pressed to find hardly anything bad other than, you know, a few things that we're going to get into as far as like performances and things this time. Salute Cookie Monster, Bodywork, salute, boom, Bodywork. Can I join show this time? Yeah. I put the link out there last time. Man. But there goes the link. What's going on, AC?
Was good, bro. Was good. Yeah. I was kind of doing the same thing, just checking out, you know, walked around the neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stop by the, you know, the general stores and shit like that to see what was there, what was on sale and all of this kind of stuff, man. And yeah, boxing fans, I guess, are going to be boxing fans to a certain degree. Some parts of it, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how you got there. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, it's boxing fans. Everybody sees what they see. Everybody comments on what they saw.
Yeah. And both of y'all avatars, I don't know why, but both of y'all avatars are blank, man. I don't know if y'all got.
I'll hop out and hop back in. See what's going on.
No, that's what it looked like on the show too, like on YouTube. That's what it looked like too. But shout out AC, shout out Bodywork Boxing. Salute the chat, salute the panel, man. We lit. For those of you who don't want to hear this, I'm gonna just say this now. That fight was nasty and it was a draw. I feel like both fighters just have to be more offensively sound and get up on that attack and just, you know, I don't know, bring out that side in them. I really just did not agree with I don't agree with Lamar Roach last night. Shout out Oshaki Foster, man. You got the job done. You did what a lot of people thought you couldn't do, but real boxers know. Real niggas know you can fight, man. So keep doing what you supposed to. Shout out Laura. You look good. Should have got that guy out of there though. But I know due to the age and some things like that, you know, we ain't gonna cut too much slack. And then Jesus Ramos, doing what you supposed to do, man. Keep it up. to train with you, my guy. So yeah, shout out to you. I'm here, man. We lit. Let's go.
What's going on, man? I appreciate that. But yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get into let's do the housekeeping real quick and do everything in order. Cookie Monster say mic check 1 2 1 2, sounding clear. That's what I like that. Here, you know what I'm saying?
Pause it. I want to see it. Hold on.
So I'll put the comments on the stage. Let me adjust something so it's not.
Were y'all able to hear my take?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah, you good. It's just our avatars ain't showing. I see what Body talking about. Both our shit is white.
They do that, you know what I'm saying?
They might
Maybe later. Maybe later on, if y'all click out and click back in, it'll come. I don't know if that's a YouTube. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna. I just think it's more aesthetically pleasing when y'all show up. It be looking hard.
Shit, yeah.
But it's all good, man. I ain't, you know, we ain't going. You know, I'm a perfectionist of some sort, but I ain't even gonna worry about it right now. But let's get into the housekeeping so we can go ahead and have a great show. Let's do this. The first one, man, Tank Flame Cameron, man, exposing the industry plants. You know, it's kind of weird for me, because I know that a lot of people they look up to a lot of people who have all these numbers. Even people on YouTube, they be having all these numbers, and I'm like, it really don't impress me. I mean, and these industry plants, these people that come by, I think the one that's doing the best job right now that's out in front is probably Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? He came by, he got some numbers, but these other dudes, like these cats, like even with Cam and Mace to a certain extent, they have their little funny moments, but to like uphold them in the status to where they're like real boxing analysts or they really have a pulse on boxing, like it's kind of silly. So you kind of got to take what they say with a grain of salt, because it's odd to me that when people do their little media tours, because if you think about it, a lot of people be going over there with Gilly and Rollo, and they got $1 million worth of game, and they have their niche market of things that they do. And I consider Gilly more of a boxing head. He can actually really talk boxing. Like he really knows boxing. I'm not saying Cam don't know boxing, but Gilly really has a base in boxing. It's just only thing with Gilly and him is that when it comes to people like the Philly thing, you know what I'm saying, he gonna be all things Philly. You know what I'm saying? You can't really knock him for that. I mean, he's all things Philly. So I was like, so he'll have the side of like a Coolboy, you know, in a situation like that. That's when you look back at that interview with him and Oshaki and Stephen Fortune and Wallow and them, and you know, it was kind of like it was a little one-sided, but that's to be expected when you dealing with a guy that's born, bred, and raised Philly, all things Philly. I expect that. You know, we know Cam and Mace, they all things like Harlem, like, you know what I'm saying, they New York all day, but it's weird when people do their press, when you see these guys do their press runs and their tours and they go over and they frequent these different channels and they pretty much just jump from nuts to nuts. It's like I recall when they had like seeing them and having the interactions that they had with Tank and how they talk, but it's like in a matter of 1 or 2 fights or this and that happened, they just flipped the script. So Tank went out there and was like, ask Coach Cam, he said, how Coach Cameron's throat feel? You know what I'm saying? He basically said at the Roach fight turned him into a fanboy, and look at him now, basically. I'm like, you know, and Tank, you know, he been watching. I'm like, man, I kind of feel him, man, because man, I was so glad that this fight got put in the way and it came to a conclusion, because man, the using Tank name press run, man, it's extremely nasty work, man. Like now you got something to talk about now, like it could be about Roach and his performance with Pitbull, and I seen Pitbull take his shots. You know, Tank saying that, you know, those two are the guys that pushed him to the limit. That's why he didn't give them a rematch. I'm like, man, is that gonna be y'all only claim to fame? Like, why is nobody talking about Pitbull trying to get his rematch with El Rayo, regardless if he don't have a strap? Like, why is nobody talking about that? Like, I noticed that it'd be different energy when it comes down to rematches. It's like with all of our favorite fighters, like it happened with Shakur and De Los Santos, that happened with Devin and Lomas. Like, it's always like some kind of pressure. Now, Devin actually went ahead and he got something else where he got to do, you know what I'm saying? He got some business to handle with Ryan because of what? But like the energy be so different. And I'm just like, man, if the dude is gone, if he out the way, if he out there chilling, man, just run your race and garner the attention on your own. It's like you're living in the shadow of another man, and it's getting like, and I kind of feel how Tank be feeling because he see all this shit. It's like shit that don't have nothing to do with him. They pop his name in there, but then want to say no, he ain't the face. Well, it's like, well, why y'all act like he the face? Why does his name come up and everything? Like it's just been that. I couldn't even believe a lot of the things that I was hearing from that being a PBC event, like some of the slander and some of the things that they allowed to happen. I'm like, man, they just let people run ramshot, you know what I'm saying, this week. And it was good to see that Tank is still in tune with what's going on, and he actually was able to apply. So he gave a little rib shot out to Cameron. Number 2, boxing is doing a poor job at disguising the fix. What do you mean, Mike? If you listen, I'm gonna tell you, right? Listen, I made 2 bets. Did I make 2 bets? I made between me and my lady, we pretty much made 3 bets, right? Little bets. And she had, from her account, she had a little $10 and she had a little 75% bonus and a 50% bonus. So we kind of use it to our leverage. Now, I did a little parlay for like $10 would have got me $400. And like what messed me up on that was Frank actually stopped Barthélemy, right? And Roach didn't get the money line at the end. Like those were the ones that messed up my $10 one that would have got me $400, but I hit on everything else, right? And that's not what I'm talking about as far as the fix. What I'm talking about as far as the fix is I made two other small plays, like a 10 and a 5 with her little bonus thing, like just to try to play the odds. And we wound up hitting for like 205. You know what I'm saying? We wound up winning 205 yesterday, which was easy, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, with me knowing what's going on, I pretty much, like, every time I pretty much be winning. But you know when I don't win? When boxing is fixed. I'm gonna give y'all an example. A couple weeks ago, we had that Riyadh card, and one of the legs on my parlay was I bet, because like with the Roach, for example, the way I won with the Roach on the one that I did hit for 205. Reason why one of the legs that I won was for either man to be knocked down. I didn't bet a winner on that one. I for either man to be knocked down. So that was the knockdown. That's how it happened. So on ones where it's like I don't know how they're gonna play, I don't know how the business of boxing gonna be. I don't know any of that, right? On times like that, I'll pick something like either man to be knocked down, or I'll do the under over. You know what I'm saying on those. So a couple weeks ago, when we actually had that Riyadh card, Night of Champions, for the leg of Bam Rodriguez, I thought it was gonna go in there and obliterate him. Now I've lost, like one time I was getting ready to win like $3,000 on a bet. I had like everything. And what I bet was for Bam to knock the dude down, but for him to end the round in the last minute of the 3-minute round. So he knocked them down and sealed the deal in the first minute. Like that's how precise it was. So I was off because he killed him in that round, but he did it in the first minute. Either I had it in the first minute, he did in the last minute, or I had it in the last minute, he did in the first minute. Either one. That's been a minute ago. That's how I lost. That's not the fix. The fix is when I had one of my legs I had the under. Now I had the under at 9.5. So that means the ninth round, less than a minute and 30 seconds into the ninth round. He came out, I think he broke homie nose in like the first or the second round. Puma. He came out, broke the dude nose like in the first, second round. He toyed with him. Toyed with him. You know when he ended that, man? The ninth round was over. Right in the 10th round, he ended the dude. Like, boxing is not doing a good job at, because he could have ended that man at any point in time. Now, what do you mean? Like, what are you getting at? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. I had one of my legs I had on the other bet, because I was trying to hit 3. I was trying to hit 3 yesterday. I was trying to like run it up yesterday. I was trying to get, I was on pace to get about $800 yesterday off of about not even $35, like $20, something like that. So what I did was, in one of my parlays, I had Iris Landy Lara finishing old boy. Right? I had him finishing him. So he come out in the second round and drop him. And it's like, it was almost kind of like that Tank shit with Tank and Lamont. Like, it wasn't quite like that, because the Tank and Lamont was more competitive. This one wasn't as competitive, the Lara thing. But it was the same thing to where it's like, when you're dealing with a southpaws are tricky. If they get on the other side of your jab hand as an orthodox fighter, they can pretty much put your lights out, because once they get on the other side of that jab with that arm extended, it's over. You can't protect yourself. Especially if you like dominant left hand, they can end you at any point in time. Lara kept doing that. Lara kept having it the way he could have pulled that trigger 1,000 times, man. And he waited to the very end of the fight. And then the ref, he could have went over there and called it like, nah, man, that's it, man. But it was like, I think it was like something like 13 or 17 seconds left in the fight when he did that. Showing you that at any point in time, he could have put the dude down. Like, why did he do that? Why? Because they know everybody put their bread down. And Lara was on a five fight knockout streak. This dude was a late minute replacement, and he fought nothing like Janabek. No volume, awkward. Like, yeah, he fit the part because he was in shape, but I don't even think he's really a 160 guy. He retired Jared Hurd, you know what I'm saying? Jared Hurd, he played defense with his face. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much his hard guard, his face. So it's not comparable. That's the dude who Jared Hurd said, hey man, if I lose to this guy, I'm gonna go ahead and retire. And he lost to that guy, so he retired. That's that guy. Now that guy he is a knockout guy, and yes, they do be calling Lara old man Lara, but Lara showed last night that he could have ended that guy at any point in time, bro. I don't think boxing is doing a good job at disguising the fix, man. They let that shit go the distance. It was a reason why he didn't end that man before. Because he showed like right at the end, he could have done that at any point in time. He just sat there and let us watch that shit and got the rounds and let it go the distance for what? I don't know. But boxing need to do a better job at that, man. Like when you're dealing with these unders and these overs, that's why I be telling my lady all the time, and she's learning. But I be telling my lady, I was like, man, it's not getting the picks right. It's not really even who you want to win. You either got to play the odds, and then you got to equate for the business of boxing. And this conversation about the business of boxing is definitely going to come up when we're talking about this Pitbull and Roach fight once we get there. The last thing I have is promotional gangbanging is at an all-time high. I found it real funny that people are still on the whole promotional game. It sounds real dumb. I'm gonna give y'all an example. It's like an unwritten thing with some people and some channels. A lot of these major channels, they'll sit up here and it's a form of gaslighting. This is why I talk about it. It's a form of gaslighting when they shun or like, you know what I'm saying, try to make you feel bad for pulling for a certain fighter especially if they're with a certain promotional company or they're affiliated with a certain, you know what I'm saying, group. Mainly the PBC, because they always use gangbanging as a connotation when it comes to the PBC. But when you dealing with somebody that's with Matchroom, they don't say gangbanging. When you dealing with somebody with Golden Boy, they don't say gangbanging. When you dealing with somebody like that's with Turkey, they don't say gangbanging. They only say gangbanging. They always say, "Oh man, you gangbanging for the PBC." Ain't that odd? Like I told y'all what that is. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things being coded in the language that we use. So keep this in mind what I'm saying. So the outcome of the fight, we saw the outcome of the fight. O'Shaquie Foster wound up putting belt to ass. You know what I'm saying? That was a clinical, demonstrative, surgical beatdown. Like that was a Resendiz, no drops. He could have. It was like, man, he made that man. That man made a business decision. That man looked like he was tame. That man looked like if they was behind bars, he would be washing some drawers and some socks. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have no cornbread. Like it would be every time he got the line and went and go to sit down, he'd be like, man, here go my cornbread. You know what I'm saying? We good? Yeah, we good, man. I just make sure them whites is real light later on. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it looked like, because the dude looked hopeless. Now, guess what? People are out here saying, that's how they label this. Instead of all of the little analogies, all of the little comparisons they could use, this is the one they use. Here we go with another PBC fighter losing to a top-ranked fighter. I'm like, man, y'all gotta stop this bullshit, man. Like, if that's like simple-minded, peanut-head motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Simple-minded, peanut-head motherfuckers. That's how they look at this shit. They ain't look at it like another. They ain't look at it like another Texas beat another Philly cat, right? They ain't look at it like that, like Earl beating Danny or something like that. They ain't look at it like that, right? They didn't look at another disciplined guy who went in focused, didn't do as much talking, compared to an overly talkative, undisciplined fighter, him getting his ass whooped. Did they? They ain't look at it like another motherfucker that was fighting closer to his weight class, being disciplined and in shape, fighting a motherfucker that's been weight bullying. They ain't look at it like that. They're simple-minded asses. You jump to the conclusion that another top-ranked fighter beat another PBC fighter. And this is the thing. O'Shaquie ain't even been with top-ranked that long. This is how I know that people sit down and they try to they contrive this shit. They come up with this shit, and that shit it ain't no place for that in boxing. There ain't no place for that in boxing, because what do we look like now? I don't hear that kind of shit when it comes to anybody that's now rocking with the Turk or rocking with Matchroom. Like, yeah, Matchroom and Queensbury, they got their little thing going on, you know what I'm saying? And that's rightfully so. That's Frank Warner versus Eddie Hearn. That's organic. That's almost like, you know what I'm saying? That's like that. They had a whole 5v5. That was legit. But like over here, man, it's time now, and this is why y'all people drive this line between fans, and they put this bullshit in your head to where you can't even enjoy the sport, you can't even enjoy the events that you're looking at, because your mind be focused on the dumbest shit. I couldn't find anything wrong with the card last night other than like a little bit of the scoring, a little bit and I'm gonna go through my scorecards for the Lamont and Pitbull. I see it both ways, you know, but I do also know that a lot of the people that I heard, the outcome that they are actually speaking on is the outcome that they desired. And that happens a lot. So most of the time, like if you want this person to win, you're pretty much going to see the fight that way. I try not to do that. Even when I score, if I particularly think or believe that this person is going to win, right? And I watch the whole round, if I can't definitively say, oh, okay, well, yeah, he was pumping the jab. Yeah, he did land like them two. He did go to the body at one time. He did hurt this dude. If I can't definitively say that, by default, I give it to the person that I don't think going to win. And that's kind of like what keeps me honest. And it was a couple times last night where I told my lady, I was like, yep, that's how I got it. I showed my lady, that's how I got the score at this point. That's how I got the score at that point. When me and AC, we was texting during that fight, and it was a point in time when they had it 90. When they had it 94, when they had a draw, when they did that unofficial, and they had it 94-94, I had it 95-93. You know what I'm saying? So it was points in times where it's like, yeah, even when they rendered the full judgment, like I don't know how the fuck they had with Roach when it come down to Roach. I don't know how the fuck they had it 115, 111 for Pitbull. I don't know how the hell you had it 115 to 111 for Pitbull. Like that's like, and the fact that I text AC this too. I said the fact that Pitbull looked so happy to me, let me know that like, man, he was happy that he didn't get a loss on his record. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they basically say, I mean, I ain't gonna say the analogy they use when you get a draw, because I don't believe it. That's always been a weird analogy to me. But it was a draw. You know what I'm saying? Nobody suffered a loss. Nobody got a dub. It was a draw. Honeybee, salute. But we can get into it, man. We can break it down. That's pretty much the housekeeping. I don't know if y'all have any input on the housekeeping. And AC, your avatar does look better now.
Yeah. I kept on checking it out and stuff like that. Well, for me, where I'm at with it is, I'm kind of in the same place you are. I was like, if this is a PBC card, why are they shitting on one of the guys that was, you know, their breadwinners? Errol Spence, Tank Davis, Deontay Wilder. Those are the three guys they, in my opinion, I've always saw them put the most into. But I just found it weird that, to me, over the past week, even in the thing with even with the post press conference, it's like for some reason Tank is in the doghouse with all of them, with everybody. I don't know what that really is. I don't know what the real details are. I don't know what he didn't want to do and shit like that. But I just found that really strange, and I was just like, damn, bro, they out for the dude.
Yeah, so it wasn't just, so for me, I'm glad you said that. So it's not just me. It's not the typical, because I'm kind of used to people just arbitrarily just, you know what I'm saying whatever. Like, that's not it. But like at this point where he's been out of sight, out of mind, and y'all got all these other things going on, it seemed a little extra to me still.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and that's the type of shit that makes me defend him, because at the end of the day, like CJ was saying, when he was pulling up, he didn't like some of the whatever that was going on with Devin Haney, and that's why he chose to whatever. I myself have admitted on here, Tank and I have had a weird relationship. I'm a big fan of his at times, then I'm not, then I'm a fan, then I'm not. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the way it's been. But at the end of the day, I've always respected what he did in the ring. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I don't understand what all of this is about. So moving past that, yeah, I could say they're doing a horrible job of with the fixes, because I'm gonna say this, and many people may not like it, but that whole fucking Boots and Lima thing, that shit still ain't sit right with me. No matter how many times I try to go back and watch that fucking fight, I'm like, yo, why did you fall? There was no punches hitting you. Like, he hit your glove twice, and then he missed, and you fell. Like, goddamn, I didn't know a wrapped hand with an X amount of ounce glove, when you get punched in that shit, you like, ow, I gotta take a knee. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, certain things just are not working out, and you really are starting to see the business of boxing take its toll. This is like egregious shit that was going on in the 50s and I would probably say in the 70s. This is like going back way back when shit was just this much in your face. So So yeah, boxing. If you gonna try to blow smoke up our ass, at least roll it up in something that smells real good, got a great fragrance and shit like that, and burn real nice and slow, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? I want to savor that smoke. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I've never been a person who's been, on the side of promotions and stuff like that. Oh, I don't rock with PBC. Oh, I don't rock with De La Hoya. Well, then there's fighters that are on both those joints that I do like, I do respect. You know what I'm saying? That I want to be a fan of and stuff like that. So I might myself stay away from all of that. I couldn't stand Don King, but at the end of the day, I knew what he was doing for the fighters. You feel what I'm saying? So you can be mad at Don King, but Don King said it best. If I made you $20 million, the fuck is you mad at me for taking 3? What's your issue? You know what I'm saying? So that shit right there set me straight, and that's when I started to like really gain, my respect, and started to close my mind to people that was like, yeah, I don't like Don King, and I don't like Lou Duva, and I don't like Tex and all of these other dudes because they out here ripping off the fighters. Yeah, but they made every last one of them dudes that you talking about. They made them millionaires and thousandaires.
Word.
So you could miss me with all of that, but outside of that, I'll let Boom chop it up, his thoughts, and we could get into the whole thing.
Man, so kind of did my thoughts earlier, which I probably shouldn't have did. My bad. But again, man, can y'all hear me? Am I good?
Yeah.
All right, man. So again, man, I'm disappointed in Lamont Roach. He doesn't get a fair shake, but I just don't like his performance. I did want him to just have more output. I did want him to stay out of that pocket. You know what I mean? Oshaki, he did what he's supposed to too. It's no surprise to that, but I'm just my head is hung over this fight that I'm just like, Roach, where do you go from here? Like, what's next? Because this is 2 draws back to back. I just don't know what the landscape is open to. And then I thought that belt was vacant. I did not think that Isaac Pitbull Cruz would just get handed that belt like that. So again, was that a vacant interim WBC belt, or what's going on here? Because I
thought Pitbull already had it, but they were saying that that's what it was for. Like, so either one of them would have got it, but that's for Sabril. That's like that the winner was next in line for Sabril. Pretty much with it.
Oh my God, Sabril's gonna murder both of them. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, man. Shit's getting crazy out here with boxing too, man. Just want to put that out here. Tank definitely did flame camera. But yeah, shit's getting crazy out here, man. Shit's getting crazy. But let's cook as a whole, fellas. I'm here, man.
Well, we can start with the prelims. Did y'all see the prelims? Did y'all see the preliminary fights?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you see Frank Martin?
Yep.
So what's your take on Frank Martin? What's your take on Frank Martin?
Spectacular knockout. Spectacular knockout. That's what he needed. I feel like Frank Martin looks sharp. His feet work looks good. The in and out movement was a little off, but I liked how he did everything. And shouts out to Frank Martin, man. He got a victory. So he keeps going. You know what I mean? I definitely like Frank Martin and his style of game, though, last night. I do think it was nice. I do.
Yeah, Frank looked awesome last night. Concerning
Hey, I was gonna ask you something, AC. Hey, what did you think about like the in and out and the tricky movement that he was giving that dude? For real.
I thought it was. He had me giggling. I was like, this nigga looking like Bam and fucking early Loma.
Yep.
Like, god damn, Frank, yo, you gonna be. And the best thing, I'm gonna say this, man. No homo. That nigga body looked like okay. You didn't look like a little short, you know,
Yeah.
like motherfucker that you was at 35. It just seemed like maybe you got a little bit taller. The muscles may have gotten a little longer and leaner, but you still had the muscle physique. But now it looked like a muscle physique of a boxer. So I was appreciative of, you know, his look, everything and things like that. I just wanted to go back and touch base on this. For the Lamont Roach fight, I actually had it a draw. When they took I think that might have been the 8th or 9th round when they took the point. I had Pitbull up by 1, although I was iffy because I was like, I don't know how they're gonna call these. I definitely gave him the first 4 rounds. You feel what I'm saying? Then towards the end of the 4th round, it looked like Roach was starting to, you know, do some things and stuff like that. But then when Roach decided to fight in the pocket and stand there toe to toe with him, I was like, see, these rounds, I don't know how to score these shits because I don't know what the judges are looking at. You feel what I'm saying? Do you like the wide type thing, or do you like the precision and bop, caught you here, boom, caught you there? You feel what I'm saying? 2-piece you here. You feel what I'm saying? After rewatching the fight, I could see both sides of it, but it's still ugly to me because once they took that point from Pitbull, I was like, okay, now we had a draw. And then Lamont Roach won, in my opinion, won every round after that. So I was like, yeah, Roach got this. I was about to text and the new, but then something said, you know what? Just hold that for a second because I don't know, maybe Pitbull, one of these guys that they like, yo, listen. Since he said I'm vibing for the next Mexican face of boxing, I don't know. Maybe that shit got some weight if you proclaim that.
That was I kind of see it the way you was. That was actually the 7th round when the point was taken, but but this is what it is, man. And I've heard a couple people, and I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with it. I think that this was a justification, and typically, and really what this was, in my opinion, was the business of boxing. This was, I'm gonna say this was the business of boxing rearing his head because basically, Lamont, he fought with too much cojones early on, was played into Pitbull's wheelhouse. Then he learned his lesson when he got, you know what I'm saying, when he got whacked and his glove hit the canvas and he got counted for the knockdown. That kind of sobered him up, and then he started moving and using his hand speed to be first. Like he was anticipating when Cool was going to throw, and he was cranking his ass. It's just Pitbull got a hell of a chin, man. He got one of the best beards, if not like the best beard in the game. Like I think somebody can do it. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody can do it, but like the way Lamont was doing it, like he had to be a little bit more consistent. He got him one good time where he dazed the shit out of Pitbull, and then he made Pitbull fight a different fight. But this is what I heard. I heard people say that at times Roach went back to fighting how Pitbull fights, and they discredited Lamont. I guess that would be his ring generalship, that aspect of scoring. But it's four different criteria when you're scoring. But that's just one. But for Lamont choosing to fight his fight after that, like choosing to fight or brawl or stand right there, that was, to me, that was Lamont's choice. I didn't look at it like he had like Pitbull made him fight that way.
Yeah.
And the testament to that was what his father said. Because he went back to the corner at one time. And his father was like, man, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, man, get back to boxing. He was like, man, box. He was like, man, we don't know what they think. I was like, and that's what I was telling my dad. I said, man, listen, man, in my book, I got Roach winning, but see, you got to look at it like that's their little Mexican cash cow. Like, he's the one who put most of the motherfuckers in that stadium. Like, you got to know that you got that weighing against you, and you got the crowd reaction. Anything Pitbull did, they reacting and all that. The judges is probably being influenced by all of that. You like the odd man out. Like, you gotta sit his ass down. You gotta like crank his ass. It gotta be like visible wobble, like the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, he take a knee. You got to go above and beyond to actually show it, because if you don't take it in your own hands in the contest, they're gonna do that business of boxing shit. So they was defaulting to a lot of them rounds with Pitbull winning. Like, it had to be towards the end, because let me see, from the, I don't have Pitbull winning a round after the 5th in my book.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't have Pitbull winning a decisive round until the 5th.
I mean, that's where I was with it. And when he decided to do the in close thing, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna score this, bro. I don't even know how to score this. So I just left between the 5th and then that 7th round where they took the point. I still had it. I went with, okay, I'm just gonna leave it as Pitbull being up. And then when they took the point, I was like, okay, now we possibly looking at a draw. But then from that on, that's why in one of the private chats, I was like, bro, honestly, I didn't have Pitbull winning 4 rounds. It all depends. You feel what I'm saying? But after the second time I watched the fight, I understood some of the dynamics. And one of the dynamics is, I have to ask this question. Lamont, did you really beat Pitbull? Like the way you're challenging the champion. Did you really beat the champion? And I gotta be honest with it and say, Lamont, you outboxed him, you outpointed him, but you didn't beat him. Right. And let me address this dude, man, because it's crazy that you don't jump up here no more. Is the link? Yeah, the link got to be out there because Boom jumped up there. What you do when you are scoring the fight? It doesn't matter what the judges are looking for. What are you looking for? The fuck you mean? It do matter with the judges. If you can't put somebody out their misery, or get the ref to come in and console them, or get a fighter to not answer the punches that you throwing when you landed. I mean, what I'm looking for, like me personally, I go by the 4 criteria: ring generalship, effective aggression, effective punching, and defense. That's what I go by personally. So I don't go by that whole because you're the one bringing the pressure, you're winning. Because a lot of times that shit be ineffective. And I seen Roach. What happened? What I did see with Roach was he was following Pitbull around. He wasn't cutting the ring off on him. I can't say that. Like, it's a way to cut the ring off. Like, cutting the ring off was like, who was doing it? Oshaki. And we gonna get there. We saving that for last. Oshaki was cutting that motherfucking ring, like hands down. Like, it was like, where you going? Yeah, practically no wasted energy. Like Roach was actually following Pitbull. He wasn't cutting. Like when they step to the right, you step to the left and step forward. Like it is almost simultaneously to where it's like, okay, you do that again. Soon as you do that again, I'm gonna step to the left and step forward. And then by that time, you can't go nowhere because the rope there. And we gonna do it 3 times the other way. You know what I'm saying? But then my punches are gonna be effective where I'm touching you upstairs, I'm touching you downstairs. When you move, I'm moving, but like you ain't got, okay, you do that again, I'm cutting you off this way, like it's corner, like it's a game. You could tell Oshaki cut the ring off because there was one point, and this is my only point, and then I'll take it back to Pitbull and Roach. When Fulton was on the ropes and he was trying to maneuver himself and slide one way and then hurry up and go back the other way and then slide all the way over, Shaq just threw the hook, boom, and caught him as he was trying to slide away. That sent him back in the opposite direction. I was like, this dude got you, bro. You can't do shit with this dude. Like he cutting. Wow. So I was just there with that. With Roach, I'm gonna say it like this. Roach caught Pitbull quite a couple of times flush that made him take steps. Like a couple of them caught him off balance and shit like that. He caught Pitbull trying to commit, and he punched with him. Boom, caught him. That shit like that was having him off balance, but there was no follow up because I can understand to a certain degree why there wasn't that immediate follow up because it wasn't like you hurt him enough that he still wasn't dangerous if he planted those feet and you came in and you walked into something. So
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like, I get it. You got to have that level of caution because this nigga's still a puncher. You feel what I'm saying? And I may have had my thoughts, on Pitbull going back down to 35 or maybe 30, but last night he looked impressive at 40. Like he got that short, stocky, big head, tight ass face looking thing, and it's just like, man, listen, I was kind of impressed with you on that one right there, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because you showed Roach caught you flush, and you was doing your thing when you was putting in that body work on Roach. Those first 3 rounds, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, he was doing some hellacious body work.
I was like, am I about to watch my boy, just get...
Man, listen.
I was getting scared. I was like, man, if he keep this shit up, I don't know if this fight goes 6 rounds.
Man, listen, man. I just ain't like that work that Pitbull was giving Roach, man. That shit was crazy work, man. I'm talking about like the way he was touching up Roach's body was a little bit immaculate. We ain't never seen Pitbull do that. And then he starts moving around the ring like he just is a phenomenal footwork machine. Like, where you do this, Pitbull? Like, what is you, like Poodle or Pitbull? My nigga, show me which one is it? You feel me? So, man, I'm astonished by last night. Definitely good for boxing, and I wonder what's on the horizon. The year is over, so get another draw, y'all. Another draw. No winner out of
I'm also happy that they
Pitbull.
both. I'm also happy that they both kind of agreed on, on the rematch.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice rematch in the future for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, in between, I don't know what's next for Roach. I just don't know, but
Body, I got it. Go
he's
ahead.
He's on that Sandor Martin diet right now. So close, but
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, bro. I think you're the black version of him. So
now I'm gonna tell you.
Body,
what my
I gotta
lady
ask you.
said. Let me tell you. Hold on, real quick. You can do it, but I'm gonna tell you what my lady said when it come down to this. She said, "See, this is why, man. You gotta be able to stop your guy. You gotta be able to take it out the judge's hand. I know it's easier said than done.
Yes, sir.
But the style that Pitbull will give you, he affords you the opportunity to be able to do it because he's not evading and eluding. You just got to go about it. And I think it was the 10th round. It was either the 9th or the 10th round. But he hurt Pitbull bad. He hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
But his awareness wasn't there to be aware that he did it. If he would have hit that dude, if he would have went back downstairs and then cranked that same shot, that left hook again, it would have been over because Pitbull was like, oh shit, but he had his poker face on and he bared down and he was dazed like shit. You could see he was like, oh shit, like he got rocked, like it was terrible. Like, and I'm like, man, get him. Like, I was like, man, finish this thing. Like, he is hurt. Like, it's easy for us seeing it on the outside, but like he hurt Pitbull at one point in time. He just didn't step on it. Like,
I'm gonna send y'all this Twitter clip too. But man, I wish we could copyright and then talk about it, man. But listen, y'all. What about when Lamont Roach told the clip? He said, yo, make sure we tell these fighters get back to boxing so we can get these divisions together, so we can collect belts and do what we supposed to do, and not just fight for money. I like that statement. What about that statement? Because a lot of people not talking about that. Lamar Rose said, "Fuck the money, let's get back to boxing." I like the statement, but then does that take away? I'm asking you and AC this, Body. Does this take away the money and revenue that the fighters get out of everything now?
I think it can be both.
Yeah.
I don't got them giving up. I don't got no. You want me to take the what and leave the what? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna be like Lamar. You know what I'm saying? If it's a good enough matchup, the money gonna come.
Is
like
it because
now,
his
like,
money ain't they money?
No, but think about it like this. If we go to the main, if we go to what Oshaki did, right? With him establishing himself now and putting on that kind of performance against the talent, because now people, you can't renege going in and say Oshaki ain't the truth now. Because everybody was like, a lot of people had Coolboy winning. It was all, I got Fulton. I got Fulton pulling it out. And Fulton, he's more experienced. Fulton, blah, blah, blah. So with Oshaki making that man look as pedestrian, now he is a viable guy who, you put him in the right matchup, it's going to garner the money. Because now people are like, okay, I know this cat. Is that the guy who made Fulton look like an amateur? Okay, I know that guy. Who he fight? Ooh, he about to fight Shakur. I gotta see that. Oh, he about to fight Ray Foot. Oh, I gotta see that. So the money gonna be there. He did it just by boxing. He didn't have to stop his guy, but he made it to where it was no motherfucking question. That's what I call that's
belt to
I would say that's a clinical Resendiz. That's a cervical Resendiz belt to ass. Like that's when you say I'm gonna put belt to ass, that's motherfucking belt to ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So AC.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure you was here, but AC, now let me ask you this. Where do we rate Oshaki? And you too, Body, where are we putting this guy? Is he number one?
At 130 or
yes, at 130.
At 130. I don't want to see. That's my whole thing. I don't know if I want to try to go that direction of 130, knowing that he wants to go to 35. At 35, go up there and
there you go.
Take out one of the book. The guy that always wants to smoke, but it sometimes don't seem like they want to give him the smoke. And I would say, go up there, take out Gary Russell.
Word. Not Oshaki though, but Lamont Rose. You talking about?
No, I'm talking about Oshaki.
Oh, fight Junior. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, AC.
Yeah. Go up there. For me, I would love to see Oshaki's next fight or his first fight at 35. Take out the guy that's been saying he wants
AC. They need to have AC promotions out this motherfucker, man.
I don't know, bro.
But let me break it down logically, because this is what's gonna happen. If you talking about Mr. Gary Russell?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gary.
I mean, I would love to see it, but I would love to see it, but this is where we at. And I was very, very frustrated with this, because I just got done talking about all the fake ass outrage, you know what I'm saying, for the WBC stripping and all that. It was a lot of fake ass outrage because the WBC went on to do a couple things this week. Like that fight that Jose Ramos was in, that was for a WBC interim at 160 that put them right in line for Carlos Adames, which is good. That fight with Lamont and Roach, that was a WBC to put them in line with the belt that Subriel got. And then in a weird ass way, because this was the plan. This was the plan. And this is why I don't got the I don't think I got the thumbnail up here. But this was what was going on. Oshaki was on Shakur's bumper. He was basically saying, "Hey, I want you." You know what I'm saying? We got to get it on. Shakur and them was trying to pawn him off on Ray Savage, and Ray Savage was trying to step up, talking all this stuff, and he was just like, "Listen, bro, you ain't even fought nobody. Like if you look back at my resume, I've been fighting the top 5 and I haven't fight nobody outside of the top 5 in my weight class. Like, what are you talking about? I want big bro. Fuck small potatoes. I want big bro. And if I get past this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing I was trying to say Brian Norman should have did, or what Richardson Hitchens should be doing with his IBF. I'm going to use my leverage as being the WBC champ, and when I move up, I'm going to be in line for you. So what happened was, it was Fulton just challenging O'Shaquie for, you want to say what you want to call it, super featherweight or junior lightweight, either way, same thing, belt, the WBC belt, but he missed weight. So the WBC threw a monkey wrench in there, and since Fulton missed weight, they made it a WBC interim at 135. I was pissed. I said, man, fuck no. I said, because if this was something that Fulton did strategically to miss weight, so it ain't for the WBC 130 World Championship, it's for the 135 interim. If he happen to weight bully or win or have some kind of tactic where he gonna use that to beat the shit out of O'Shaquie, he gonna be the jump pretty much 2 weight classes to be right in line to fight somebody like Shakur. Where they do that at? Because people already campaigning. Now with O'Shaquie winning, that was already his intentions. Because he been wanting Shakur. He said he was going to use his belt at 130 to climb that ladder for the WBC and be next. That's the same thing I was telling Shakur to do for Sabril. But he chose TO instead. Same thing. So he went to WBO instead of WBC. And I was like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. But that's what O'Shaquie was wanting to do the whole time. So the fact that he put on that performance, it's like I kind of don't agree with the fact that he did it, but since that was O'Shaquie's intentions all the way, it just eliminated anybody else trying to interfere with that fight. So soon as Shakur come back down to 135 for the WBC, he got to deal with O'Shaquie right away, and that was always O'Shaquie's intention. So it worked out. I just didn't like it to where it's like, okay, how they just gonna throw that in there because there's people already at 135 standing in that line. But a champion moving up would supersede them anyway. That would be right. I didn't like how they was gonna do it if Fulton would have won, because that would have been some bullshit. Don't change the rules just because somebody missed weight and reward them. And that's why I say I don't even gangbang. That's straight up and down. I'm not gangbanging for PBC or none of that. Right is right. A lot of my fighters are over there. A lot of my favorites are over there, but I'm not gangbanging for them. So I didn't want to see that. So I think that it worked itself out. You know what I'm saying? It worked itself out. So now O'Shaquie ain't got to do a lot. He already did what he needed to do. So right now he's sitting in the catbird seat for that WBC with Shakur. You know what I'm saying? All Shakur got to do is handle business. You know what I'm saying? Or do whatever he do up there at 40 and come back down to 35 like he said. And it kind of work out. So unless he stay up there at 40 and he don't come back, it kind of work out.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Shaq, it's a win-win for him. Because if Shakur don't come back, you get to fight somebody for the vacant belt. And hopefully they'll make you fight somebody for the vacant belt instead of elevating you. You feel what I'm saying? So where I'm at with it, man, it's I was just impressed. I was kind of like dumbfounded, and watching the fight again, I was dumbfounded even more, like how the fuck he did this. And right now, I was trying to think of, earlier, what would be a fight that gets Stephen Fulton back on the map? And unfortunately, I don't know if Fulton and Raymond Ford might like this, but Fulton versus Raymond Ford.
I say shoot, man. Make go fight shoot.
Oh, back at 126. Go back down to 126.
I mean, I don't know where he gonna go, man. Because
yeah. No, I was just saying. Yeah, I was just agreeing with you.
Salute Melazar. Salute Johnny. But I you know, right now I'm kind of like I'm a little disappointed in Fulton, man. He talked all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And then like it's like we supposed to really be, you know, since we want to get on all the other coaches, we really supposed to be flaming Bozy. You know what I'm saying? We really supposed to be like really just flaming the shit out of him for like the coaching strategy and not having that man ready and missing weight. But if we do that, then we gonna be considered haters. You know what I'm saying? I don't see none of that. Like I'm like, where is the instruction? Like where was the instruction? Like other than double jab? Like man, double jab. It's like no, give that man precise instruction. And then they did that same shit where they was standing up in the corner. That dumbass shit that they be doing in Philly where they stand up in the corner, man. Sit your ass down and get some goddamn rest. And my lady even said something. She said, "Uh-oh, baby, I know you gonna get on about that. Why is he standing up?" I was like, "Baby, I don't know. Sit your ass down in the corner and get some motherfucking tutelage. Like get some rest and get some proper tutelage. Like say, listen, this is what Oshaki's doing to you, and then give him some instruction." You know what I'm saying? To combat it. Like that's why I be trying to say, man, people be getting these guys be getting credit for what exactly? You got them through the training camp and all that, but that's where the whole co-pilot thing comes in, where you're supposed to be able to co-pilot, render, you know what I'm saying, decisions to make the adjustments, to be able to get somebody back on back on azimuth.
Yeah, it was one point where I was looking at it and it shocked me that the announcers were saying it, and I was like, damn, but y'all could have actually said it maybe 2 rounds ago, because it was like a whole series of rounds, like three, maybe 4 rounds. Stephen Fulton went back and everybody's yelling at him, yo, y'all doing right. And he just looking around like, who the fuck talking to me? Who said what? And then Bozy standing over to the side like, you got to throw more jabs, man. Let your hands go. Throw more jabs. Let's just throw more jabs. Double up on the jab, throw more jab, double up on the jab, and then let your hands go. And I'm like, what the fuck is you telling this dude? Look at his face. All he needs is one ear. I mean, all he needs is one voice. One voice for both of his ears, bro. And all of y'all yelling at him and stuff like that. That shit is like, come on, man. That was the part that had me feeling bad for him, because I was just like, yeah, he on his own in this one. He got to try to figure this shit out all by himself, because the game plan they gave him is not working. And the plan he could try to fall back on ain't working.
Because they be saying that they don't really be watching film. They be saying, we don't do that because every Friday when they come in there with us, they don't. I'm like, first of all, I wouldn't even put that out there. Second of all, when it's your son, okay, I'll probably give somebody a pass if it's your son, because y'all got that unwritten whatever. But like, you got to know that you're being recorded. But I've heard questionable advice being given out loud, and I just kind of put it to the side because it's like they might have not ESP, but they might be like, you know, basically like they might got code word for like, yeah, do what you did like Tuesday against, you know what I'm saying, Lil Woo Woo or whatever. Like they might got some, you know what I'm saying, like, come on, you know, like when they say, hey, listen, man, remember what we did? Like they might have something to where they know, okay, that's what I'm referring to. So I kind of let it slide. But like when you look at, like, you can look at Fulton and you could tell that he was lost in there. Like he was in there just, he was like, I gotta move my feet. He was like, man, I can't let this motherfucker knock me out. I don't know what to do. And motherfucking Oshaki was just in his grill looking at him. It was almost like he was doing the Bruce Lee where like, wah, like just he was just spanking his ass. Like, nope, you want to go over there? Boom. Like, and I tell. At one point in time, I said, baby, man, he pretty much done broke his will. I said he just waited for him to really just get out of line so he could really just max out on his ass. I think he don't want to get caught with no wild shot or nothing like that, but he just waited for him to really get desperate. And then he did get desperate. He got caught, and then he just was doing the lateral thing. He was just like a bumper car, just going from side to side. Like he had no answers. He looked bewildered. He didn't know where to go, what to do, how to start. He was like, oh shit, okay, all right, I'm used to him doing southpaw. Then he switched. And when he switched, he had so much control in either stance. It was ridiculous.
Oh, there was there was no repercussions for him switching stance. You feel what I'm saying? Because there was nothing coming back that was any sort of adversity and shit like that. And basically, I was saying that, like, when I was looking at it, I saw, for me, the moment of desperation came when he just went up into a high guard and he just plowed straight forward. Said, I'll take whatever you're gonna give me, but I just need to get close to you so I can fucking hit you. When you take a dude and you nullify him to 2 punches landed in 3 minutes, that says something. That fucking says something right there. And for that man to just go up and go into a high guard and just walk straight forward and then try to throw punches straight out of the high guard, and you could see it in his face every time he would miss, and Oshaki was just gone. Like, I thought he was right here. Oh, he's over there. Boom. Okay, he just punched me in the face. Boop, boop. He punched me in the face twice. Put your hands up and defend yourself. Yeah, that's what I got to do. And it was just like a complete breakdown. A complete, when you just watch, certain things that are like electronics, and you see, okay, or you see the car, you hear the and the engine, and then the smoke, and then this, and then the tire, and then you feel what I'm saying? It would just break down like that, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. I was like, wow, that's fucking crazy. I've never seen Fulton look this bad. I mean, even in the Inoue fight, he looked alright until the fight was over. But this one, you had nothing, not a blood clot thing for the boy. The man then put all type of blood clot on you. I was like, whoa.
What's up, Melazar?
What up? What up? What's up, everybody over there?
What's happening?
All good, all good. I don't got my eyeglasses, so I cannot read who is.
Oh, it's just
you
me,
over
you, and
there.
AC right now.
Hey, AC, what up?
What's going on, Mal?
All good, all good. I know. I heard you guys was talking about Uchaki and Fulton. Fulton got what he deserved for me. Okay, because he missed the weight, then he get prize with the WBC interim, like forcing Foster to go up. Why? I'm a 130-pound champion twice. Nah, why'd I have to go? I got fights over here in 130, Navarrete. It's a bunch of guys. But who got me like, wow, was Buddy McGurk and Frank Martin. My God. I always say Barthélemy is a very uncomfortable boxer. Like, he's very uncomfortable. That guard that he got, and when he get to the southpaw, you saw the first 3 rounds. Frank could not find how to get inside, right? But he was moving all lateral and making Barthélemy look so slow, moving around him around so fast. Like, I understand now why he's called the Ghost. But when Buddy McGurk in the corner told him, like, bro, next time he switch southpaw, go left and hit him with the hook, go down and hit him, watch out his hand, and when you come back, and he told him about the hand that they practice, right? Watch out for his low hook and throw that hand. Bro, he knocked him. I saw him because I saw the move. When as soon as he goes southpaw, Frank switched to the left, and swing him and knock him down. That was the first knockdown, right?
Yeah.
And then in the second one, he do exactly what Buddy said. Yo, go down and throw that hand. I was scared when I saw. Bro, that was so nasty. He was knocked down as soon as that punch hit his face. He was he touched the canvas out.
Yep.
Wow, and he stayed down there for a minute, bro. I got scared when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, wait. I like Barthélemy. I will not get me wrong. I like him, He's old now. He needs to retire. He did what he had to do.
You can't be. All you can really be at this point right now is like a measuring stick. Like, and you don't want to do that against the guys that they want because you was in there with Gary Antoine,
Yeah.
who I call the Butcher. Then you just got in there with the Ghost. The only thing I can say earlier on, and I think it's a kind of like a good thing. I think Frank gave up a little bit of his defense for a little bit more of his offense, which I'm like, I kind of agree with that though. So it's not necessarily bad, but I'm like, it just depends. Like, yeah, he had to take his time a little bit, because I think that there'll be a couple holes in his defense, but his offense is going to be so much better to compensate for that. And he's going to be in a fight. He's going to be in a lot of fights to where, listen, you're not going to win based on your defense. This is what I be trying to say. This is why I don't like safety first fighters, because when you're in there and you might have a couple of lapses in your defense, but you're not throwing your hands, you're going to lose and you're probably going to get hurt. But if you got a couple holes in your defense and you're taking a couple chances, but your offense is that good, you have a high chance of ending the show and showing that you're bringing the fight, making the fight, bringing the action, making the excitement, and they want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little trade-off in that style, but I think that was his first time out, so the defense would get just a little bit tighter, because, you know, he was a little slower. I was kind of concerned a couple times, because I'm like, I know where Barthélemy is, like, after I started seeing him, and like somebody that's a little bit more active with his punches could have gave him a little bit of problem, but that was his first run out, and it was a long layoff. So I was utterly impressed. And like I said before, ain't it funny how I said before? I know y'all was here when I said, out of all the people, if there was going to be a rematch, out of all of the people, ironically, he knocked him out. He went the distance with Pitbull, and he got a draw with Lamont. But I said Frank kind of make me nervous the most, and that's why. Because Frank, you know what I'm saying? Frank got the goods, man, and his height is going to be to his advantage, man.
Yeah.
See how he was dipping, like, because that's kind of like a lot of things you seen Tank when Tank fought Pitbull. He was like, Frank was doing a lot of things that Tank was doing to Pitbull, like getting low in that pivot and all that. Frank was doing all of that as a southpaw.
Bro, but he's so fast doing that. He, like, people was telling me, oh, Barthélemy is so slow and shit. No, bro, you don't see it. This guy is so freaking fast. I understand why they call him the Ghost now.
It looked like he was running wrestling and football drills on him.
Bro, like, Barthélemy was throwing that hand and cannot catch him. Like I read his lips, and he was like, he even was impressed. Like, wow, what the fuck, this guy can? Where are you? Every time he was throwing a punch, he was out of there. Like what the fuck you went? And then he's small, and he do that small stance.
And as a southpaw, this the same move I've been trying to tell y'all about. As a southpaw, when you get that angle and you pass that other guy's jab, when you get on the other side of their jab, you can end the show at any moment. You just gotta time it and believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like as a south, like so when this arm, like, this is like when your arm is out, the left arm is out. Once you get a southpaw on this side, the left hand is like right there, like, because my arm is extended. I can't protect myself. This is like a blind side. This is a weak side, basically. So if I'm facing this way as a southpaw, once I'm on that other side, my left hand, I could put you out at any point in time with that. Once you flank on that other side, and Frank had it, like, he was trying to time it right, and he was trying not to get caught. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same thing that Lara had Johan with. He had it. He kept getting it, but then he wouldn't pull the trigger. It's the same thing that Tank had with Lamont. He had it like a couple times, but I think Tank was just like, man, he ain't really want to do it to Lamont.
It's combination, like Buddy McGurk and Frank Martin, because Frank Martin inside the ring cannot see the opening, but when he went to the corner, Buddy told him, like, bro, as soon as do this and that, and you're gonna find the opening. You know, like, I can see what you're trying to do, but look at what I'm telling you, and you're gonna find the opening. And he did. Like, so he's trusting Buddy, you know, and it was they and I lose the trust on Buddy McGurk and back me a long time ago. But in this fight, I was like, holy shit,
it looked like he got Malazar, tell me am I wrong? It looked like he found his guy.
Yes.
Guy that's easily coachable, that can be the sponge, focus, listen to him, and then go out and execute it. And
Yes.
that was one of the most impressive things. Like just that sequence that of examples you keep bringing up when he went back to the corner and Buddy was like, "Do you see?" And he was like, He said, "When he switches, you step to the left because
Yeah.
when he switches, it's right there. So what you gonna do when he switches?" He said, I'm a step to the left.
Right.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yo,
Before he
I
stand
started
up.
laughing and clapping like, yeah, this shit.
When he
dope.
stand up, that was the before he stand up. He say, "Do you why you have to do when he like he make him say it like why you have to do when he do southpaw?" And Frank told him, "Move to the left, bro." I think both guys that combination is perfect and it's really terrible. It's like not terrible in a bad way. You know what I'm
Yeah,
terrifying?
it's scary.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary because Frank can get up under you, and I kept saying because like when you're doing all that pivoting, especially the tall guy, when he got a turn, if his hands ain't in the right position and you already set, it could be lights out. So Frank, once he get accustomed, like in real time with them 8-ounce gloves, man, flanking people like that, it's gonna be, man. People gonna be cautious, man. They're gonna start making business decisions, man, and putting their hands in their pocket, man. I would love to see him. I would love to see him against I would love to see him against Pitbull or him against Roach, man.
He's over there, like Subriel is right there, you know. He like damn. And I got when I saw him, like he made Barthélemy look like a freaking Frankenstein, like a RoboCop. You know what I'm saying? So accurate and slow. So he can give a lot of trouble to Subriel, you know, because he's so fast and he moves these angles so. And it's not like he moved one angle, like he don't just move to the left. Like he can move left, right, back. You know, like it's very difficult to do that. Move around a boxer and just the boxer is going circles because he cannot find you. Shit. He's
Yeah, I'm happy for Frank.
Yeah.
Man.
And
He said he want Richardson.
That's a good fight.
And how do y'all see AC? How you see him against Keyshawn now?
Ooh, I still with Keyshawn.
Again, I if he fights Keyshawn the way he fought what's the name, he gonna give Keyshawn some trouble because Keyshawn seems like he's accustomed to the guy, you know, to the top rank diet and top rank feeding them guys that are gonna be right there in front of him, come straight at him, be right there in front of him. Me personally, I had Frank Martin beating Keyshawn when Keyshawn was talking shit back in the day. You feel what I'm saying? And I was like, that's how you really G-check, you know, that's how you really do it. He was like, yo, listen, I saw him. I told that man, keep my motherfucking name out your mouth. Keyshawn never really mentioned his name again instead of saying, you know what, I want to make fights. But now they seem to end they personal beef. Frank Martin was saying that him and Keyshawn spoke, so maybe Keyshawn, you know, maybe him and Keyshawn, I would love to see, me personally, if it's not Keyshawn, I would still love to see him and Lamont Roach go at it.
Yeah. How would you see him and Richardson Hitchens though?
I'm like, I think Hitchens is going. Honestly, I like his movements. I like the power. I like a lot of things, but Hitchens is just too accurate. Like I don't. It's a dangerous game to go in there and try to outbox Richardson Hitchens. He's like, you know, I got to quote, you know, Eddie Hearn when Eddie Hearn was saying it about Devin Haney. If you go in there to box Richard Hitchens, you're going to lose the fight to Richardson Hitchens. So
yeah,
that's kind of where I am.
But you know what? I know my American soul has got that hard, and I know Frank Martin. He will not gonna stay there for Hitchens' jab, and Hitchens always love to stay in the back safe, you know, behind that jab safe. And Frank Martin have that ability of move that he can get inside you without you seeing him, you know. And as soon as you are inside of Hitchin's comfortable zone, you lose him. You saw what happened with the Argentinian Lemos.
Yeah.
You know, he was there struggling because he got that Haitian heart, so he don't have that.
There
Bro.
you go.
Yeah, no, we're from the Caribbean. He's Haitian. He's trying to steal my Americans. No, bro. Stay there. You're Haitian. You're not that. You're Haitian.
So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about did y'all see Jesus Ramos and Shane Mosley Jr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I was impressed by that fight, man. And you know, Shane Mosley surprised me a little bit, man. I think he kind of made his father proud. I mean, I had Jesus Ramos winning because I think that's a big boy, and he's one of them guys that grew on me. I was never really big on Jesus Ramos at first, and then in time I saw him. You know what I'm saying? I saw him, like, I kept watching, and I think he's decent. I think he's above. I think he's more than formidable. And he didn't even crank up his volume. And then I was like, oh, what's wrong? Because his volume is normally a lot higher than that. And then come to find out he had something wrong with his hand. So I was like, that's why. So he did all of that with a fucked up hand. Salute his twin.
Yeah, salute to CJ for dropping off that jump off to you.
Yeah, we appreciate you, CJ.
At the end of the day, man, I was more in between on Mosley Jr. because this was like the first fight I actually got to see him in, and like full fight I got to see him in and fight live and everything. I think he has the future, but he's one of these boxers that I don't think time is going to be on his side, because if I'm wrong, they said he was 30 plus years old.
Yeah, he's 34.
Wow. So
he was on a contender. He was on a contender. I want to say that was a thing. I want to say that's back when
Sylvester Stallone was doing, wasn't he on it when Sylvester Stallone was doing some shit? That Contender or whatever that series Sylvester Stallone had going?
Yeah, it was I forgot a lot of them dudes' name, but I know Sergio Moro was on there. This guy named Stevie, that dude, what's that dude there for the Charlo dude? I'll figure it out. He got a dog name. What's his name? He got a dog name.
I mean, looking at his box rec, he's got a total of 27 fights. I'm just kind of wondering how did Shane Mosley Jr. fly up under the radar for so long.
Oh, K9 Bundrick. K9 Bundrick.
Mosley Jr. fought a couple times, right? Like couple. That's why he got the 4 losses and stuff. Like he never was like his father, you know.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was never like his father, but I just think he made his father proud with the effort.
Yeah,
he definitely he wasn't. And I think that's bad. That's the downside, man. Like a lot of the times, the son don't be like the father.
Yeah, your measuring stick is Sugar Shane Mosley. Like, damn.
No, you gotta go.
No.
Malazar. No, you gotta go. You gotta go to Frazier Jr.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This Junior,
Frazier Jr. was like
measuring stick so high, like then you're trying to like look his father career, and you're like, bro, no, like this. It's too much for them, I think, since the beginning, and I think that's the reason they struggle in their career, because they always trying to push this measuring stick, forgetting that their fathers they went east in the beginning like every other boxer, but because they're juniors and they have the same name, now they have to start being
Yeah.
a mega star since they fight one. You know,
But I would say this: some of the caveats to his age and why he hasn't been there like that. They were saying that his pops never really wanted his son to go into boxing, and his
of course,
son
no
finally
one
got
has
into
done that
boxing.
shit.
Yeah, his son got into boxing at 16, and they just moved. He just wanted to move him to be like, all right, you had the taste of it. Are you done with it yet? You feel what I'm saying? But his son stayed with it, and it's just like, I think that I'm a agree with Body that yeah, you're not the best fighter out there, but goddamn it, son, that was a tough ass fight, and you impressed the shit out of me because that dude cranked it up. You showed you got a beard. You showed you got dog in you. You can come back. You feel what I'm saying? Because he hit you with some shit, and you just stood there, took it, staggered yourself a little bit, and then you decided like, nah, not this one.
Yeah, that was in the corner. That was not gonna let that no, bro. You're gonna finish this fight.
Yeah, and here's the thing: he's never been knocked out. All 5 of his losses, they're all decision losses.
No, it's good. I think I understand now when Mike
He's a
Tyson
solid.
did,
Yeah,
and
he's
the other guy from England when he was trying to tell their sons like, bro, no, you cannot be a boxer. You haven't lived that life. You've been too comfortable in this lifestyle that if you're gonna go with these dogs, you're gonna be eating because you never live.
there's no thirst. Yeah.
Yeah. You never been hungry. You never been starving. You've been too comfortable. You have everything in your hands already. So that hunger isn't in your heart. So and I see why these kids maybe don't make it like that.
Some do, and then there's always the anomaly of Bill looking at young Devin and saying, okay, you're not these guys that had that hunger from the time they little. They got to do something. You didn't grow up that way, so we got to figure out something different for you and how we're going to build your career and build you to be able to be a big name in the sport. And Bill studied the game and he knows how to play the game.
Bill never was
extremely
nobody. You feel me? Bill never. So David don't have a father that was a big star that he had to overpass. Is himself. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have, but you're an athlete. There's a lot of silver spoon athletes that they win gold medals and all kind of stuff, and they're freaking beasts. That don't take it away.
Yeah.
But the difference is these kids have a last name, have a they and Devin Haney and his father have hunger of this shit, success and being famous and being being known on TV. Oh yeah, you're that boxer, that fought, being recognized like Floyd Mayweather. So they got that hunger.
Yeah,
like
but
Chavez,
it's different.
like
Yeah,
Chavez and Rockman and all, like they got in them Vargas boys. They got, you know what I'm saying. They got things they got to live up to.
That never. But yeah, the Vargas brothers. But remember, that was beat up by the Puerto Ricans. So now we need vengeance and vengeance our father's legacy. That's their hunger. Oh yeah, those motherfuckers hate us. Oh shit. The Vargas, oh my god, they hate us.
But I wanted to ask y'all, man. Body, did you watch the Obadiah fight?
No, I did.
I started it, man. I watched a couple rounds and then I forgot what happened. I forgot what happened. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw that clip. I started watching that clip. Something happened and I had to put it down for a second. I think I had to cook or something, and I just didn't get back to it. But I saw some of it.
No, I was just speaking on it in the fact that I'm glad Obadiah is very, very upset at his performance, because the performance I saw, I was like, Benavidez, if you get in that ring with Benavidez, he gonna outwork you, bro. he gonna outwork you, and that's how he gonna beat you. He just gonna simply outwork you.
His
Because
face looked like he took some damage though. His face, both sides was.
What weight class is that? What
he's
Opetaya?
cruiser.
Yeah, but Benavides need to conquer the 175, be the best champion, defender with couple good
Well,
175.
him and Zerto is already like it's sounding like that deal that fight between him and Zerto is
Yeah, but
close
damn,
to being done.
190.
So he's
Bro.
looking at Zerto and he's looking at Zerto and Obadiah. So I think he might want to land his plane to where he ain't got to go through too much of the weight cut because when you look at the joint between him and Yard, when Showbiz was standing next to him, that nigga looked like a giant. Like he looked so big and so tall. It's like, yeah, I could actually see you as a cruiserweight, and I think maybe these weight cuts, even at 75, might be a little bit too much for you as you're getting up in age, and you were already a young fat kid, so you beat the odds by slimming down and being able to do what you do, and not have a body like Navarrete or one of these other guys and shit like that. So
in 190, he will ended up like Navarrete body type. You feel me? Because he don't need to cut the weight and train that hard. Like in 190, he gonna be more in his comfortable 200 pound, and he have to cut just 10 pounds.
And the rehydration is just gonna be like, yo, bro.
And he's gonna be, like 175. It's good for him because make him work and work out, and like I don't know, and I don't know. I think Benavides got fights in 175. He don't need to jump to 190 right now, catching one bag over there. Like, bro, that's the cruiserweights. Nobody care about that. Light heavyweights, and cutting weight back, like I saw what happened with Roy Jones. Yeah, he went to 200 pounds, 10 more pounds, but when he cut back again to 175, you saw Antonio Tarver just beat him like he was a nobody.
But at 175, let me ask you this question. At 175, we know Beterbiev and Bivol might be out of here by the end of 2026. The rest of the landscape, who do you see beating David Benavides?
Well, not right now, but he's the champion, and they can build up a couple new guys that are coming up that right now we don't know about them because, they're not in the radar right now. But they can build up good fighters for him.
Yeah, so, I hear what you're saying, and sorry, I'm just saying this. I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying it like this. Most of the 175 pounders that are actually good, that are left there right now, they're all European fighters, and the majority of them are already signed to the Zone or Matchroom. So Eddie Hearn already made the announcement that he loves and he'd rather prefer domestic fights. So David Benavides, like, what are you going to get?
Performance, I think Benavides, what happened after what happened with Canelo, waiting all this time, like now they're just like, how you say, no, I want to make that back quicker, as quick as I can. I don't want, but dude, you gave an awesome performance. Like everybody want to see you again, and they want to pay money to see you in the United States. And in a weight class that you don't need to go and hunt somebody else to come, maybe you don't need to hunt the bag because you become the bag. You become that Mexican star in the United States that people want to see, because people, let's talk real for real, he's not that mega star. You know what I'm saying? Yay, over there, close to the border, whatever, but you put it in a real stadium, New York, Las Vegas, he was not gonna fill it up by himself, because you saw that card was packed. Like preliminaries to the pay-per-view, that shit was packed. So I think Benavides can be that Mexican American star that speak English, can bring the Mexican crowd to buy the tickets and bring the Americans and sell the fights here, and he don't need to go be hunting belts up there. He can conquer the 175. I believe that.
Yeah, I think the only reason why he's flirting with it because of his body type, and I think that he might be able to get away with it because he's not muscular. But when he go back down, he ain't cut muscle. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't build muscle. I think that's the only reason why he can do it. But I don't think he will be able to do it for that long. Like right now, he's gonna be able to do it because he can get away with it. And I think they got a hellified system because he is huge. Like that interview, I was looking at him like I don't even see how he get down to 175. And he's saying he can go to 168. He's saying he can go to 168. But you got the Ben Whitakers, you got the Ben Whitakers, the Ezra Taylors, you got a couple guys. Then you're gonna have a couple guys from some of these 68 guys that's gonna go up to 75.
Yeah. And you know what? Better BF is the end of his career. He's looking for that money back. And after that fight, I bet he can see that them in the United States, because for real, Benavides versus Better BS in Las Vegas, that shit will sell. And then you put a good car under it, will sell out. And both fighters gonna get their money. And then Vivo, because you can say like maybe to make Better BS versus Vivo 3, but Better BS need to conquer the WBC. But you know, so let's see, Benavides win. Then you got Vivo too, and he wanna make that back too. Boom, you got that fight.
So who's the promotional company that puts it all together?
Because right now, Vivo and Better BF, I think they are like independent and stuff. You know, they was with the Turkey, but they're kind of independent and stuff. Benavides, I think they're I'm not promoter, but PBC can make that fight because Benavides still have good connection with PBC, and they did almost all his fights. And I believe PBC can make a car in Las Vegas.
It'll probably be more left to Benavides if he gonna try something like that and have it under PBC.
Take back the Mexican.
Pretty much going to be David Benavides reaching out directly to Tom Brown, because I think he's the only person that can actually put something like that together. That's pretty much left standing from PBC, because it looks like they're trying to outsource a lot of things. And when you look at Benavides' last two fights, it did, it seemed as though he was outsourcing himself, acting as a free agent. You feel what I'm saying? All right, I'll fight your man for one fight, and this is going to be on the Turk card. I'll fight your man for this one fight, and this is going to be on the DAZN card. All right, cool. So one looked like he had to do the DAZN thing first, and then that got him to the Turk. So it looks like they're trying that infrastructure of building certain things up. But and now that he's got there, I don't know what happens.
But the thing is, this always been, PBC, it's a misnomer that PBC fighters couldn't do that. They've been able to do that. They've been like, they never held them guys back from saying, oh no, you can't go do that. It's like if you had certain things in line, like if you were the money, then of course, like with Tank, they're not gonna make Tank go outsource because he is the bag. But if it was a big fight to be made, because I say this all the time, people get caught up in that, but they don't realize that whenever the money makes sense, then they make the fights make sense. Like if you think about it, when the money was there, that Tyson and Fury thing, it was no problem. Like you never heard, oh no, you on the other side of the street, because the money was there for the fight. The money and the demand was there. When the money and demand is there, and you're not that money guy, where somebody got to come see you like Tank, they never had a problem with you going to go fight elsewhere. They just wanted you to go and do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? They wanted you to go about it the right way. Like you can't do like what Andre did that time where, you know what I'm saying?
The Kentucky Derby weekend, like now they call it the Cinco de Mayo. They want to fill up. They need a star for that weekend, not for 1 year, for a couple years. A big guy, and Benavides looking to be that guy. So don't need to be wasting 190 right now. He can stay there. He can conquer the bells, and he can sell. What Canelo didn't, and he speak good English, so he can sell better. He's that big guy that can sell to the Mexican because appeal to them, and to the American too, because he speak English and he can talk trash, and his father do what he do. I don't know. I think he's good. He's staying 175 and don't need to follow that.
Yeah, I mean,
Ramirez or whatever.
If they're gonna build things, I think the dynamic duo, the twins of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, that type of situation, is David Benavides and Bam Rodriguez. Y'all two dudes need to piggyback off of each other, make cards where
Oh.
the two of you are always on the same card. And
Those two guys, and then you got to put in. They got mad boxers that are excited, and they got style and whatever. So because they proven last night, they can make a card that you have all type of fights, and everybody will enjoy it. You know.
But just let me tell y'all something. This the thing though, man. You right now we at a time because Bam is a free agent.
oh,
So,
word.
yeah, and that's Eddie's fighter. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
falling in love with the idea that they'll be married like that, it ain't logical.
Yeah,
Unless
I didn't. I
unless David is going to permanently do this Turkey thing. So you got to think with Turkey in the equation. Like anything that's over here on this side, they're. I hate to say this, man, but they're not geared towards like a lot of American. Like they're trying to tank the market over here, man, because he wants to make it like when you look at it, they're not catering to the market over here.
Who?
You know, he
Who is
wants
that?
to have. They're trying to build up Real season.
Oh
with
well, yeah,
occasional-
Eddie Hearn, yeah.
But I'm saying with Turkey, because that's where that bread is.
They
He-
want to
he
steal
don't-
our stores to build over their boxing, whatever, you know, building their lower, but using our boxers
Yeah.
to sell their shit. And nah, come over here. And I think these boxers going one time to Saudi Arabia sometimes make some name that is good for them. So now they can be sold in the US better. Like Abdullah Mason, David Benabi. There's a bunch of them that went one time over there and now they can be sold over here better. But yeah,
like it should be treated like when somebody say across the pond. Like when Devin had to go to Australia, I think that was good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you gotta go, like when people had to go over and see Tim Zoo, like that's good, like on a one-off. But like when you start having to go over there, like that's the hub and that's where you got like that's no bueno. Because if you think about it, look, we don't make no excuses, but they be trying to say that that's what happened with Brian. They're trying to say that's what happened with Brian, man. That he wasn't acclimated, and
oh yeah, to Saudi Arabia, yeah, I believe it. A lot of boxers happen that. It's a desert.
And Turkey and them, man, he's like that. The way he making moves, man, he's not catering anything to us U.S. fans. He's competing. He's trying to tank. He's trying to, because if you look at all the marquee guys, and this is why David had to go get down. Look at the games being played. David had to go get down because he didn't allow the pieces that would come over. If David was to stay on PVC, he took away all the pieces that would have been the dance partners for David. He did the same thing for Tank. Anybody that was going to be a dance partner for him, outside of rematching Lamont Roach or rematching like the fights that we've already seen, he took away the pieces.
But you saw the Scarfield. They went over there. They saw it wasn't good for them. Oh, I'm sick. I'm whatever. Boom, I'm out of there. You know, they saw something that was not right for them. I say, bam, bounce. You know, I don't feel good. The food, and two, it's a desert. You can see the latitudes and the longitudes is very different from ours, and it's a long trip. The food is not the same. You need to bring a chef if you want to, and plus, they don't have all the ingredients and all the stuff that we eat. Their culture are totally different. You cannot walk out. You know, it's that's the reason Benavides this time they went to the Dubai or whatever in the other side, you know, like to train over there longer, because to get acclimated. Just to like Japan too, it's very difficult if you go over there with 2 weeks notice, you know, because the weather is different. Las Vegas, because they have the mountains and whatever. So, you know, like going over there to Saudi Arabia.
You got to get acclimated to Vegas because of the elevation.
Yep.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Like if you don't, you'll just you'll be walking down the street and just pass the fuck out.
And imagine over there, we don't know how is Saudi Arabia that we have to acclimate over there. You know that freaking word.
It is different. I've been over to Kuwait and Iraq.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I've been in that region. It's different. Like it is different. And then jet lag and all that is different. But this the thing, y'all. this the thing, man. If it ain't as a parent, now I'm gonna reiterate it now. Like what them guys over there trying to do is, man, they trying to tank the system over here.
Yep.
Like they're trying to do away, like all of the ranking, like now in the belts and the sanctioned bodies, and now all of that's supposed to not mean nothing. And this, I'm like, man, y'all gotta. We done fell for the banana in the tailpipe, man. And anybody that's getting on with it, like I saw it a long time ago. This is why I put this up. This is why I used to say this right here. Because I saw where this was going.
And not all money, not every money is good money. And I understand the boxers need to make their bread, but I don't know, like what they tried to do to Subriel, that was dirty, bro. And because they say no, and other boxers, and they do like that. If they say no or they can, they try to tank them over here, or they try to put whatever shit in their media, so they mess with their reputation or whatever. Bro, you're messing with somebody's meal and stuff,
Yeah, I mean it was. I mean. It's okay. I understand like the shot in the arm. Like he gave boxing a shot in the arm. But for him to think that he's going to command control and it's going to be a hub, and if you ain't fighting over there with them, like that's when you think about the people that's pushing that shit over here. These are the same people that got up this morning and said, "Nah." I heard people who stole the fight complaining about the card last night and the money. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all complaining about? Because y'all stole that shit. Y'all stole the fight, and y'all complaining about the prices, and y'all complained about the card. I'm like, okay, other than the Janabek situation with Lara, okay, you could complain about that. And Fulton, he missed weight. Okay, cool. The card was still lit, in my opinion. It was only one. It was only one dud, and I had some statistics about that because that Lara dud. He doubled the punches landed with the Devin and Norman fight, and it wasn't no clinching. So I'm like, no, ain't nobody made me pull that out. But it was one dud, and that was probably the Lara fight.
But in the Lara fight, what? He knocked the guy twice in the fight, the first and 12th round, and he gave a freaking boxing class, and the guy was hitting Lara too. Wasn't just one.
Yeah, the dude was crazy awkward. So here's my thing. I wouldn't even classify the Lara fight as a dud, because if you compare just kind of what you're looking at, the pace, tempo. I'm talking about the pace and the tempo. What was different between watching Lara and watching O'Shaquie? And let's even say Lamont Roach. What I mean by this is I'm saying the pace of the fight itself, the pace that the fighters were engaging in and everything. It was at a good speed, not too fast, not too slow, but it was just right there to whereas it kept your attention. Man. Like you didn't want to, if you had to go to the bathroom, you was like, I'm gonna wait till the end of this round and hurry up and hopefully I can get it done and then get right back so I could watch the rest of the fight. That's what I mean by the pace. When I look at the pace of these three fights, they all were in like the same range to me. So I didn't have a problem. When I looked at Lara, I can say my only criticism of the fight was after you knocked them down, I think you could have stopped them any round after that. Any round after that, you could have stopped them. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's not you wanted to show people you're an old, even at your age, you can still go 12 rounds or whatever. That's the only thing that I said, okay, that's what he was doing. He just wanted to show, my conditioning, you can't fuck with me.
And he's that good, bro.
I'm 42 and I just did 12 rounds. What?
And he did it how supposed to do, not just running, getting punched, hitting here, doing that. Not just because I knocked you in the first round, I'm running or I'm running the whole 12th round away because I won the whole fight. No, he gave a boxing class like how you should do it.
But then when you look at it, it's the same argument, right? And I went back and watched the Devin Haney and Brian Norman fight 3 times. Devin knocked him down and then completely took his foot off the gas and went into cruise control for the rest of the motherfucking fight. And I stand 10 toes down. If y'all would have noticed that man wasn't going to do anything else, you should have got on him by the 4th or the 5th round. Because then that would have fucked them up like, oh shit, we didn't plan for this.
I think
What do we do right now? So Lara kind of did the same fucking thing. He got the early knockdown, then went into cruise control where you literally could have finished the fight at any point.
But the thing is, but even at that cruise control, this is what I be trying. This is an exploit. This is a exposure right here. Look at this, y'all.
Show the numbers of punches landed and throw.
Look at that. Like, look at that. You look at that.
You're not just moving and avoiding. You're throwing and landing punches at the same time.
Yeah.
You're giving a class of hitting a guy and you know, and an awkward guy. That guy you wasn't prepared. You know, a guy that came just because.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's another thing. It's not a guy that you was preparing to fight and get rid of it. It was a guy that you got no. You know, you train with him here and there, but it's not what you train for. It's not what you prepare yourself for.
So this the thing. Look, this is the thing. Total punches by Lara. Total punches. He threw 432. He landed 163. And Buddy threw 531 and landed 100. Right? So keep that in mind. So in comparison, where Lara threw, and this what I say. I was just being I was playing devil advocate when I said dud, like I called it, but I'm like, you had people that came out there and shitted on it and was talking about it that they shouldn't have had to pay because of the Lara fight and how their action was in the Lara fight. But look at this. Lara threw 432 punches and landed 163. Devin threw 271 punches and landed 70. So he doubled the amount of punches that was landed, bruh. And he connected at a 26% rate. Lara connected at a 37.7% rate. So for people like, you know, this is what I be trying to say. Like when I started off and I said people still be promotional gangbanging, because by the numbers, people like, oh man. And see me, I could put up with it because I love boxing. I love boxing. Whether you get the knockout or not, I love boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you get it. Now I prefer you do it because I know the business of boxing would do what it does. And if you don't take control in your hands sometimes, even if you get a couple knockdowns, they'll still like take the fight from you, a la Virgil Ortiz and Boy Chuck or something like that. And then, you know, really what they did with the pit bull fight last night, in my opinion. But because people gangbang and they side with fighters and all this, they'll tell you, oh, that was a masterclass, and oh, you just don't like the sport, when the activity was 70 punches landed by the victor in that one. And that's good. That's a masterclass. He did what he was supposed to do. But Lara do that, get the 2 knockdowns, and double the amount landed. Way more accurate. Action. Almost landed at 40%. So it's just people still be promotional gangbang, like perception. That's why I be trying to like squash a lot of that stuff. I destroy it and exploit and expose a lot of that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what Oshaki did was a master class. That was a master class. That was a he boxed Fulton's head off. My lady said that Fulton looked like she said he looked like Adrian Broner's retarded cousin who just got out of jail.
No, but the card was good because let's see, mira, give you the canteen fight. That was the first fight. That was a Lucero guy with the other guy. That was like a pure canteen fight, right? Classic Mexican versus Mexican. Then they give you the Lara fight that was more surgical, you know, the guy move and stuff. to keep you slower. They give you then Foster versus Fulton. That was massive. Fulton could throw a little more punches in the middle of the fight, but whatever. And then they close with the excitement of People Cruz and Lamont Roach. So you got two openings to excite you. The first canteen, the middle fights are like okay, and then you got this excitement at the end. I think for me was a good boxing.
Yeah, what you rated? Like from what you rated?
From the other ones before, like I don't like the Johnny Beck. That's the part like damn, bro, caught because Johnny Beck was gonna be the 3 belts. You feel me? That is what
he was gonna be active. He was gonna be active. He was gonna let his hands go. He was gonna make Laura. Yeah, he was gonna put some punishment on Laura. He was gonna get some good shots in, and it was gonna be a good fight. But
like what the WBC decision took in the fight, I was not gonna count that. But because if Johnny Beck was there, I would say A. I will give the card A because it was a good A+ maybe. But because Johnny Beck wasn't in the fight, I give it a B plus to the boxing card, and way better than others that PBC have done. Because I think not having the 3 belts in the card that take value of the card now don't have the same value because you don't have a 3 belts unification fight in the card. That's why.
What about you, AC? What you grade the card?
My honest grade would be a B+. A B+. I'm on because it's some of the officiating took away from what we saw, because it wasn't like I saw everything and was like, oh yeah, that fight went down, the right guy won, and blah 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 blah, and I could walk away, with no controversy. Because of the controversy, I think that took away from it. But if I had to go by every fight that I saw, I would probably be more in line with an A-.
Yeah, I'm right there with an A-.
And
I think it had.
Let me correct myself.
I think B+, A-, damn near the same thing. But like for myself, I think it had a little bit. It had a little bit for everybody, a little something for everybody. I think in the pace of which, like it wasn't a lot of laps in between and a whole lot of talking and yip yapping and all that. It was pretty much once it got started, it was like you had a little time where you go use the bathroom and stuff in between, but it wasn't like any abnormally long breaks and you waiting around and you watching and all that. Like I think that it was I give it a B+, A- myself. You know what I'm saying? I think that it was a good card, and I think boxing need to consider 13 rounds, man. They need to consider doing 13 rounds.
Damn.
They need to consider they need to consider making it an odd number of rounds. I wouldn't say take one away to go to it. That's why I say 13, because I don't say it'll suck if they took a round away. But they need to go to odd number of rounds so we won't get a draw.
But I thought the 3 judges, was when 2 judges have a draw, the 3rd judge break the tie, right? I thought it was like that, but now we got majority decision, like because 2 or 2 whatever.
Majority draw.
Yeah, majority draw. My bad. Yeah, like
but it was so wide. But
the first fight in the card was mostly Junior. And I don't know what I say. The other guy that was in the other car, I got confused on that. So let me correct.
Jesus Ramos. Yeah, I knew what you were saying though. But see, this is how it's kind of jacked up to AC's point, because you could say I could see how people could say Lamont Roach won. I could see it. I guess you know what I'm saying. I could see it.
Yeah.
But like to say that it was 115, 111. No.
For Cruz, no, I don't saw it.
That's like 115. That's 4-point variance. It was 1 drop, but then it was 1 point taken away. You know what I'm saying? So to have a 4-point variance in that fight for Lamont Roach, that's how you know that decision was some BS. You know what I'm saying?
With the draw, I'm like I saw it again this morning and stuff, and with the draw, I'm like, yeah, I see the draw. I see the draw. The fall, then the point discount, and was so close and stuff. I can see the draw, but 115, 111 for Cruz, I never saw.
I
that.
never saw that. Yeah.
We never saw that. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it was some bull. So they got together, and I knew as soon as I seen that one that wide and how they read out the names for the next two, I said, yeah, they about to do that draw stuff, man. I think it's starting to be too convenient to issue out the draw, man. That's why I think they need to go to an odd number around. Could it ever be a fight where it's like, man, it just like was deadlocked? Like, yeah, it could be. But I think they can get away from it a lot more if they went to an odd number of rounds. That's just my opinion.
Here's the crazy thing. Prior to this, boxing was always, you had 25 rounds, and then you had 15 rounds. Then these dudes landed on 12. Like, when you land on 12, you have the higher likelihood of or just as much as if you look at if you ran the numbers and did the logistics, you in many good fights, you're rigging the outcome to favor the draw, especially when the fights are like the two competitors are really whatever. So understand what I'm saying. If you rig it towards the draw, then you get the 2-for-1. You get the bang for your buck, and now you get to make even more money, as they say nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, rematch always garners more money. So if you go 12-round jump off and you putting together the best fighting the best, the more likely outcome is it's either going to be one-sided or it's going to be a draw. And that's your own, it's binary. You're not going to get the other things that may come into play, because you only have 12 rounds to do it. I take the first half, you take the second half, we got a draw.
That's pretty much what happened, kind of like. It was like a tale of two halves, because I think at a certain point, Lamont took over.
Yeah.
And, people still had his little moments, but that's why I think Lamont really learned something from that, because it's what his father said. His father said, man, what the fuck are you doing, man? He was like, you don't know how they got this going, man. Like, yeah, I know you, but box. And I'm like, yeah, you gotta, so I could see it, what I'm saying? I had time to think about it. I could see it, but like score-wise and what my eyeballs saying, I'm gonna go back and watch it again. What my eyeball saw, I saw that Roach kind of edged it a little bit, but I know the business of boxing wasn't going to give it, so I kind of accept the draw, because then you got to looking at them and how they look and all that. Like after the fight, it was like, damn, he kind of fucked Roach up a little bit. Like they was in there doing some damage. Them fights take tolls on you, man. But overall, I was happy.
How the guy from Cali, he don't understood when we say Lamont Roach have to walk over Pitbull Cruz.
It's aging well right now, isn't it?
Because it's not this was gonna happen. We knew it. Like
I was talking about it. See, we were kind of like we were in the ballpark, but it wasn't like we saw the draw coming. But we was in the ballpark. El Body saying, "Well, listen, one of my only concerns is the business of boxing."
Yep.
My thing was, you got to go out there, make that statement, and just try to get the TKO. I'm not asking you to knock the nigga out because he got too much of a beard, but I think you can rock him and then jump on him into the point where you can get the technical stoppage.
Yeah, even if he could have dropped him.
Yeah, if he could. Yeah.
Like it had to be something like definitive, man, because that's how the business of boxing is. It wasn't enough for them to be like, all right, we're gonna put a blemish on this guy who we can make all this money on, like, because that's when all of the business stuff come in, like the fact that that's Manny Pacquiao's fighter, the fact that he got a whole demographic that love him, like the way because they was cheering, like you could hear every time he did something, like oh, like the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
Like the numbers, like they wasn't gonna unless it was definitive, or you really whooped his ass. It was definitive to me, and I still think that Ryu they had them scorecards kind of close, but Ryu just finessed him. Ryu boxed like beautifully, like you know what I'm saying. He did what he needed to do, and it was definitive. Like in my book, it was definitive.
And hurt him bad. Like his face was really, really damaged after that fight too.
Yeah, so it's a lesson. It was a lesson for Lamar, and he was like, "Man, I'm sick of this and all." I'm like, "Yeah, but like your father told you, man," and your father was like, "Man, what are you doing?" Because I asked AC at the beginning. I was like, "Man, Lamar ain't gonna be able to sustain this, man," because motherfucking Pitbull was going to that body. He deflated them tires early, man.
I think Lamar was one to prove like no, like in the second, third round when he get this weak ass knockdown, you know, like got out of balance and stuff. What then is when he say, okay, wait a minute, and this guy can punch, you know. Let me be more careful. Like, yeah, bro, nobody's saying like he was a wimp. We know you can box him and hurt him, but you need to be like smart. Like, why you going rock and sock him with him? Like that's dumb.
Yeah, bro, my bad. I've been walking in between rooms with my laptop and forgot to plug the shit in, so the power just went out. Like, so, wow. Good.
Oh, that happened to me before.
But yeah, I think you know, overall I was impressed. You know, I mean, Lamont ain't got nothing to hold his head down. He definitely he performs, and I was impressed. I said, man, like if you think Roach ain't got no dog in him, Roach got some dog in him. Maybe a little bit too much dog, you know. But I was kind of impressed with the fact that he could sustain that amount of punishment and keep going, and then turn the tides. That was kind of impressive. But he took on a lot of punishment earlier, and I'm like, oh my goodness, man, he ain't gonna be able to sustain body shots, man.
And the crazy thing was when he was getting cracked in the head and the face, he was just like, relax, I got this. Like he was just letting it be known that I was off balance when he knocked me down for that point, but I could take this nigga punch, and all this dude was telling me he could punch like that. I could take that shit. So he showed he had a beard too. So I was just like,
I wasn't that surprised because he fought Tank Davis, bro. You know, like look what Frank Martin did. Look what the Pitbull Cruz has done. Look what Lamont Roach have done. People were saying he was cherry picking, and these people are showing up. These are dogs. You know.
I'm gonna say it like this to you, Mal. Because of Tank's and Roach's relationship, I don't think either one of them was like truly hitting each other with the type of pepper that they would put on a punch to fight Pitbull Cruz. So I don't think he really felt Tank's power like that, but he felt Pitbull Cruz power. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just like, the boy got a beard on
in that hand.
The boy got a beard on him. Maybe punch placement might be the biggest issue between taking a Pitbull Cruz shot and then taking a Tank Davis shot, because Tank, in my opinion, has a much higher ring IQ, and he's a lot more accurate, and he knows how to set that trap, so he can easily walk you into something and still deliver minimal power that has a maximum effect. But if he crank that shit, up on you like he did, I think that was Santa Cruz with the uppercut, where he just ghosted that nigga out the camera view. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That shit, Lamont Roach got a simulation. He got a sheen. That bro got a sheen. That bro, he got a sheen. He got a simulation. That he's built to fight. Mm-hmm. And I think he can sell out. And this is not his last fight. If he do a rematch right now, gonna sell out, or he do another fight with somebody else, but title belts. Antoine Rosso.
He's
I
good.
don't hear nobody say Antoine Rosso. Like, bro, he's a champion right now. He's doing nothing. Somebody call him out. Like, what up?
Yeah, Lamont Roach will be he gonna be all right, man, because he established himself even in the with the
Even in the draw.
decision not going his way.
Yeah, even in the draw. Mhm.
He established himself as, you know, a must-see guy.
Yeah.
Like, you can
He got
already start to look
value.
at 3 and 4 and 5 fights that you would love to see Lamont Roach in at 140. So
He got payback value. Nobody gonna say he born. Nobody gonna say he
Yeah.
running. No, they gonna say he coming to fight. And then I heard people saying they only had 10,000 out there. I'm like, only.
What are you talking about? That shit
Like,
was
only.
packed.
Like, who else did pay per view and did 10? Like, because some guys still haven't even done pay per view yet. Like, but they get touted as, you know what I'm saying, like must see TV and all. Like, they haven't even. I don't know. I think he made a good account of himself, man. I say Lamont, man, hold your head up, man.
Yeah, bro.
You gotta go a little harder, like be a little bit more tactical, strategic next time, and you know. But you definitely gonna get more fights. You definitely got more paydays. You're gonna get some title shots. You know, you're gonna become a more of a household name. Like, people start to know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a before and after fighting Tank Davis. And
He
I
gonna
saw
be-
it with 3 guys.
He's gonna be the
before and after.
I'm sorry. He's gonna be the Cinderella story. Yeah, you're a former champ. You got beat. You went back to the drawing board. You went on a tear. You got a belt. You moved up. You caught a draw. Your second big fight with another killer, you caught a draw, bro. You're the Cinderella story, because as soon as you get your belt at 140, it's gonna be like Christmas. It's gonna be like New Year's Eve. Watch the whole fucking internet just light up like a Christmas Eve Christmas tree. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody's gonna want to be. I've been telling y'all about Roach. I've been telling you. Listen, Lamont Roach. That's why I'm telling you. That's why Tank never wanted to rematch him. They go. You know, that's the bullshit
Yeah,
gonna bring up. Everybody gonna been telling us about. Everybody gonna been telling us
How
about
good Lamont Roach is, and I knew it since the beginning. You know, like whatever.
Bro, yo, listen. I've been putting niggas on, and I was trying to tell niggas about Lamont Roach. I was like, yo, don't even worry about when he lost to Jamel. I knew way he was gonna fight Tank. And this way, I'm telling y'all, bro. I've been telling y'all dudes about this. Go back and look at my thumbnails. They gon' bring up. You gonna scroll through them shits like, wait a minute, I don't see no thumbnails when you talking about Roach after. What are you talking about? You said he was trash back then.
No, if you a pussy like BF, he go back and change his thumbnails. This pussy ass dude, this nigga be going back and changing the thumbnails like a pussy. But I was playing around with my lady. I was laughing with my lady. I was saying the same thing. AC, I was like, man, motherfuckers. I said, man, this Tank stand is getting so crazy. I was like, man, because babe, I was like, I remember. But motherfucker was talking about, man, you don't fight nobody, you getting ready to fucking fight Lamont Roach. And then I heard somebody say, bro, I heard somebody tell Lamont Roach that he was one of the best in the business after that draw with Tank. He's like, man, you one of the best in the business. I was telling my lady, I said, man, motherfucker become one of the best in the business for getting a draw with Tank. I was like, man, you know you a bad motherfucker where you can create stars from getting a draw with you. But they say you ain't shit though.
Yeah.
Like when you look at the three dudes, aside from Moshaki Foster, who truly made that card, you look at the 3 other dudes that made that card. What's the common denominator?
Tank Davis.
Boom. But Tank ain't shit and he don't fight nobody. I'm like, man, y'all dudes, it's so funny, man. It's almost like watching somebody that's retarded, man. Like talk like sometimes when I be watching these dudes. I'm like, man,
and they do like Tank Davis make it look like when he knocked down Frank Martin, like people make it look good. Like make it look like he make it look so easy that people thought that Frank Martin was nobody. And just last night he proved like damn, he's that good. and they and they forgot the fight too because
Hey, Rose,
Frank
versus
Martin put his
Pitbull.
hands on Tank too. You know, he
Yeah,
punched
he
Tank a
did.
lot.
He
Like,
did. He did. And look, this the other thing.
no,
This
they're
another
easy
thing that
fights. They're cherry picks, bro. They're
but,
not easy damn fights.
but look, this the other thing when you go back and you look at that Pitbull fight, there was not a lot of clinching, bro.
No.
There was never like no clinching. Like that was all moving and pivoting. Like that shit that Frank was
Oh,
doing to Bartholomew. That's how that fight looked. But Tank was doing all of that. He was doing all that pivoting and moving and like man, like he was dodging and ducking and getting up under shit. He was getting touched too. People was touching him too, but like it was all action, bro. Like it's like they minimize what that dude do so bad. But I'm like, y'all sound dumb as hell. And when I go back and watch the fights, they always got playback value. That
yeah.
fight last night, that got playback value. People gonna
Oh,
be going
hell
back and
yeah.
watching that.
Hell yeah. I mean, I told you I watched it again. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, I'm like, I was actually impressed with both of them. I was like, yo, Pitbull Bodywork is great. That little short nigga like porking the shit out of them body shots. And I don't know how Lamont Roach is taking them shit because you could see a couple of them shits catch him and he dropped that elbow immediately. He was like, okay, that one caught me. Yeah, I don't like that right there. You feel what I'm saying? You seen him back away and like, hold the fuck up. I gotta catch my breath because he just caught me with some shit. So
yeah, but you feel me? Like Haney will never gonna fight people Cruz like Lamont did. You know,
no.
and that's the reason the fight will never gonna sell like did with Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. Yeah, and Tank Davis, Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz. Because people knew was gonna be excitement, it's gonna be action pack, it's gonna be boxing, it's gonna be everything.
That's why I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. When I was scared, but I was loving when them niggas was toe to toe, just going at it. Like
give
boom,
you that.
Boom. You take okay, you I got that. Boom, boom. Okay, all right. Now where you gonna hit me? Okay, you hit me there and you hit me there. All right, now hold these two. Boom, boom. I was like, bro, this shit looks crazy. Bro, you are fucking out of your mind to do this. I was like, this nigga's crazy to do this. Like,
yeah, I couldn't believe Lamont took that. Like that was his strategy in the beginning. I was like, man, I didn't foresee him doing that.
Yeah, me neither, my guy. And I was this at the first time I was like, oh my God, no, don't do this. Oh, what are you doing? But when I watched it again, it was like, bro, I get it. That shit was fire to me. As a boxing fan of yours, bro, yeah, I think you know, for your fans, that's who I think you did that for, to show everybody that, you know, I don't give a fuck how hard they say you hit. If it don't really affect me or move me like that, I'm shooting mine right back at you, and we could do this. And I could get on my tight little defense and little short shots, and that's to me was highly entertaining. Like I could watch just those rounds with them doing that, and just say, from them doing that right there, I could see the draw.
Like I bet nobody that pay the pay-per-view regrets spending the money. Like other ones that they pay, and I'm like, oh my God, why'd I spend money in that freaking damn ass fight? Like, it's not, you know, you enjoy your money. That's what I was talking about. When people pay money, they want to see these stuff. Like they want to see a fight. Yes, they want to see punches throw and punches landed, and yes, they want to see movement and stuff, but they want to see real boxing. They don't want to see somebody freaking running 36 minutes, avoiding confrontation, and just winning by 78 punches.
Who would have thought you saw Pitbull on the back foot trying to be accountable?
yeah, that's how I said. Like, yeah, man. I was
my God.
Lamont put some hot sauce on them ribs, and he cranked the shit out of Pitbull because he changed up. He started getting on the back foot. I said, look at this shit.
For real, bro. I was like,
that was kind of funny and awkward too.
I saw shit that in that fight that it was like, okay, between these two guys, they both
went way out of their comfort zone to do what they was doing. And it was funny looking at him, but he was still catching Lamont, but it was like, okay, now we can see the biggest gap because Pitbull, you're not a boxer. And Lamont is just picking you apart as you trying to run by and sweep by. He keep catching you with that hook. Like he got that shit timed on you, bruh. Like, stop that Pitbull. But when they were close, that double, like Pitbull, that fucking double hook he throws, bruh, that shit is like Mike Tyson is. Because he'll hit you in the body, and then if you try to bring the elbow down and not realize that that's his thing, he just gonna go boom, boom, and then catch you with it all day long. That's his bread and butter, that double hook. That's
but
what
you saw how dirty he boxed too, right? You saw how dirty Pitbull boxed too.
Dirty, man.
Yeah.
That's the other thing people needed to take in consideration, which I think live they might not have really saw it on TV, man. That dude was fighting so dirty when they're like that man kept hitting that man in the jewels.
Yeah, in the jewels and on the hip.
Yeah, he was cranking the jewels.
And Lamont is another one that ended up in the fight after the 5th round with his hands like not broken, but I don't know. But you know, I heard that he was in ice and hospital. I don't know. His hands was really bad. So he's another boxer that ended up with his right hand bad after fighting Pitbull Cruz, you know.
Yeah, because you don't like when you look at Pitbull Cruz and he got a low haircut, that nigga's head comes to a point, and it's got 3 different points like a pyramid. Like you could literally draw a triangle on the top of his head. You feel what I'm saying? And for the knuckle, hitting a dude like that, you catch one of them points, bro, your hand is finished. With all the padding and everything, your hand is just finished. And look at his neck. Like, all he got to do is lean that shit towards you, bro. That's like fighting one of them Channel 5 Kung Fu dudes that be using a head technique. Back, breaking them.
Yeah, you see him doing the exercise. You see him doing the exercise where he put his hands behind his legs and he be on his head, bending his neck.
Yeah, doing the Mike Tyson neck. That used to be the Mike Tyson neck workout. That's crazy. You know, he go like on top of somebody holding his leg and he's moving his head down there and shit, and I don't know. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's that old school. That's that old school from the gutter training. You know what I'm saying? Like a gym that ain't got no fan. It just smells like 30 years of sweat. Like that smell ain't never going anywhere. It's in the paint. It's in the floor. It's in everything. So, he got that. He got that kind of like training. So, like I said, man, the main card it gave me a bit of everything, and for some people, I would say, you know, go back and watch it twice. You're gonna find out that, you know, the fight was heavily entertaining. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and watch the Oshaki and Fulton fight, it just looks sad. It looks even worse than it did when you watch it the first time. It's like, wow, he really fucking this dude up.
Yeah, that's the reason for some people. If you was fan of Fulton, I can see your heart broken because Oshaki just schooled him like he was a nobody.
Listen, Mal, that fight right there is the fight that boxers will use and say, see, this is why I'd rather be knocked the fuck out. Because that shit, I don't want to go through that for 12 rounds. Knock me the fuck out.
But look how good is Oshaki that he leave Fulton without tools. Like Fulton had nothing for Oshaki to work him out. Like he leave him disarmed. Was disarmed the whole fight, and Oshaki did what he want to do. Whole fight.
Like, hey man, where your sledgehammer? Hey, I don't have one. Where's your Phillips?
Give me that.
I don't got one. Where's your flathead? I don't got one. No. What you got? I don't have no tools, man.
And it's
real, bro.
If he coming from a lower weight class. He cannot make the coming up weight class and you overpass it the way you know, like, bro, that means you don't even train properly. That means you don't took this fight
Bro,
seriously.
he was completely outclassed, outgunned, outtooled. You know, it when you watch it the second time, you just looking at the fight. Honestly, by the sixth, seventh round, you're looking at the fight, knowing the outcome of it, and you just really, really start to feel sorry for Stephen Fulton, because in his face, he's looking like, I hope when I go back to my corner, they say, if I ain't seeing nothing, I'm gonna stop this fight.
They should have said that shit because he was looking hopeless. He looked demoralized, man. He looked like he was mentally broken because I think what went through his head was like, man, this man told me I'm gonna show you, because Shocky kept saying, I'm gonna show you.
Ice cold water, right? That's how they call him. I forgot ice something, because
ice
he's
water.
that cold.
Ice
He's
water,
that damn cold, that Texan. But he's strolling the street. He been locked up. He got that, you know, that dog mentality, but quiet. But these guys, that these homies you got in the street, that they look like so quiet and silent, and suddenly they have like 10 guys behind them, you know, drop 10 guys behind them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're like, what? Yeah, bro, it's nothing. Like, and they keep talking like nothing like that, you know. He's like one of those guys, like, he can take you down and nobody know it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, because you could tell that he worked on his craft. That you could tell that he's one of them ones where he's gonna do that 1,000 punches a day. He's gonna do, like, he's not gonna cheat. He's not gonna rely on people around him telling him no, because he knows at the end of the day he gotta put that work in. And it showed. Like, that shit, like, that's why that ring do not be lying, bro. That's why I be trying to say, that's why I'm starting to get tired of hearing all these people that be talking and doing all this braggadocious shit. And when they get out there, that's why I enjoyed this so much. I enjoyed that fight the most, man, to me, because I was like, someone was telling me, I was like, man, from what I know, if the right shock show up, man, the way this dude be bullshitting, the way he talking, that's why I was pissing me off. I was like, man, why this dude talking like that? It's like, why is he talking like he don't know who this guy is? And it's apparent that these guys don't be watching film. They be relying on what other people be telling them. Just like when they told him that in a way was a hype job. Like, his people was telling him in a way. I was like, man, you got the wrong people around you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so
bro, because
I enjoyed that shit.
If you press Ochaki like Nova did, he bring out the dog on him too. And then he pressed in round 9, from 9 to 12. Oh my god, he become better. Like I don't know how to translate it in Spanish, but you know, like,
that's how he is.
Increased, like
yeah. Yeah, you put pressure on him. If you when you put his back up against the wall, it's like the worst thing you want to do. You kind of want to, like,
if you don't put his back under pressure, he do these things, you know. He school you, like, you're F up with him, because if you put pressure, he's gonna bring the dog, and if you just don't put pressure, he just gonna school you. You know, that's how deadly he is. He can do both games, and he gonna move out, and, you know, like, how you say, he don't make he make the judge works because they have to score and he fight and stuff like that, but he's like that. He gonna find a way to come out winning. Period.
Yeah. And I was so impressed with how he did it from both stances. He demonstrated that level of control against an opponent like that, with that measure of control. Like, the jab it was no drop off in the jab. There was no drop off in the counter, and the footwork didn't look sloppy. He wasn't just going, he was doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. He looked comfortable the whole time, man. Like, round after round, I was like, man, just don't get too, you know, don't get too relaxed. Don't, you know what I'm saying? He never did. He stayed focused. Like, that was clinical. That was my highlight. That
Yeah.
was the highlight of the fight for me. I was like, man, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that because I didn't like what they were trying to do with that missing weight and then making that the WBC lightweight. I was like, man, that's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
what?
I said that
Just
was some
find
bullshit.
him and let the fight continue. If Foster lose, well, the title get vacant. But if Foster win, he keep his title. But he cannot have the title. Period. Because he have to pay a fine. Why you gonna give him a price of get another belt from another weight class and interim one? What?
But it worked in
so
his
thirsty
favor.
for that money, for that 3%.
Yeah. But it worked. But it worked. See, because Oshaki won, it worked in his favor. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah, but now
I'm okay with that because that was his intentions anyway when he was going to move
Oshaki
up.
never fought in 135. He never campaigned in 135.
Exactly.
Like he's a 130. It's good fights for him in 130 because Navarrete is a good fight. It's another 130 guys that are good. Espinosa is in 126 that maybe want to move up to 130 because he's 6'1", and he's a good fight versus Ochaki Foster. Like, it's good fights over there for him. What the hell he want to go to 135?
But that's Shakur smoke.
He wants
But Shakur is over there with Tio, and Shakur don't see Ochaki as how he see himself. He look down to him. And you know how these kids are and whatever. I'm this big mega star and what. Dude, you need to go to Saudi Arabia to make money. Shut up. But whatever, it's okay. It's all good. Do you? But don't look down to another guy that is he's a champion too, and he's in the ring like you, like that. He's a champion. What the hell you're talking about? But whatever. But I think in 130, and if Ochaki was the one who missed the weight, if he's the one closer to 135, okay. But he do the 130 really good. He's not like killing himself to do 130. So stay there and conquer that division. Become a unified champion. I don't know.
Yeah. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happened. I'm just happy, man. Oshaki did his thing. His training. All of the time the fight got pushed back, it's apparent that he stayed focused. He didn't get out of character. That's why I admire what he did. Like, everything he did in the build-up aged well. He went over on $1 million worth of game. And Oshaki's basically in his backyard where it was like 3 against 1. He held his own. He didn't overdo it by all the over talking and all of that. He just stayed solid, man. That's what I appreciated, And for him to come out with that victory and put on that statement, man, now it's almost like the world is his oyster. You know what I'm saying? Like, now people can say, okay, then. Okay, all right, I see you. And so now they're going to put some respect on his name. Now he getting opportunities, man. But that was clinical. My hat goes off to him.
I think that's why Navarrete is so good, because now he got that recognition that Navarrete can see him like, okay, now you're a worthy opponent. Okay, let's make that bread.
Man, he gonna
can be a main event. Nobody know.
He gonna beat the shit out of Navarrete, man. Yeah, he gonna beat the shit out of Navarrete, man. Navarrete, he's a weight bully, man. But
oh yeah, we all know that.
But I think we did justice on this one, man. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I'm gonna get up.
Sure.
Get up. It's my second week getting back in working out, so I'll be getting up a little earlier and working out and doing my little 2 a days.
Freaking cold.
So, what y'all want? How y'all want to end it, man?
Man, great card. Cards like that and fights that we've seen so far towards the end of the year. These are the fights that, boxing fans love. This is the stuff that'll continue to make the sport, go. There's still some great things to happen in early 2026. Lamont Roach, unfortunately, you got another draw, to whereas most of us felt that from the fight we saw, felt that you won. The best thing I could do is just say, moving forward, knowing the business of boxing,
there's got to be those statements, just like with you go into somebody's house, you go into their garage, they always have these statement pieces. It's, oh, look at this classic car of mine, only one of a kind. It's a statement piece. You go in somebody's china cabinet. Yeah, this is a handcrafted plate from the 1800s, straight up from the early rendition of a Tiffany plate. Statement. You need to make those statements in the fight. You feel what I'm saying? Just moving forward, looking at some of the big names, I don't know if that dynamic, will always carry through when you're looking at certain fighters that have fan bases and blah 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 from other countries. You know what I'm saying without saying it. So that's where I land at. As far as the other guys on the card, super happy for Frank Martin. Crazy impressive showing of yourself. Like, you look like you're going to be a problem at 140. So the Ghost showed up, showed out, did what he had to do, made his statement, going up to 140, and hopefully he'll start to put himself in line for a title shot with a really good opponent and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking for from him. If not, I like what you said about going up to 47. I think the way you looked last night, I would like to see one more fight with you at 140, but you look like you'll matriculate nicely into 147 pounds. So that's where I ended. And great show, great chopping it up with everybody. On to the next one.
All right, AC. Peace. Thank you. What you got, Melazar?
Oh, I was very happy with the card. I was very happy with PVC, what they did in Amazon. That the previous card was really good too. Was packed with good fights, good titles, good names. Was good. And what they did in the pay-per-view was awesome. All the boxers give the best they got, and they showcase what they're the best and why they're the champions. Period. And the draw, I think, was fair, was good, was better than a robbery loss. So at the end of the day, both fighters can make another fight and make more money out of it. So it's good too. And at the end of the day, Bodywork is the place to be. Don't keep it up and keep listening.
I appreciate you, Melazar, man. Enjoy your evening, man. Enjoy your week, man. Hope all goes well, man. Till the next time, brother. Well, yeah, man, we had a good show, man. E Flavors. You had Pitbull, didn't you, E Flavors? But yeah, man, great show, man. I was how they say it, godly proud. Oh, D Calico. What's up, Calico?
Yo, what's going on, brother?
What's happening, man?
What, I caught you at the end, or what happened? My bad.
Yeah, it was right at the end. We was getting off. We was closing. But what's up? What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm just feeling like the boxing prophet around this mother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, cause I'm pretty sure when I came on, I had to be talking about Oshaki before the shock came.
Yeah, you did. You had Oshaki. You was big on Oshaki.
But now I'm even bigger on him. God dang, boy.
He put belt to ass, didn't he?
Oshaki looking like real pressure.
Yeah, he put belt to ass. That's why I said belt to ass, man. He's certified.
Like, is that the kind of competition you want to see Shakur against?
Yeah, I'm with it.
See, a lot of people don't like that pure boxing. Like him and Shakur. I can hear people already saying boring, but no. If you are not a casual, man, that's very intriguing. You know what I mean?
I want to see it.
Like to me, a guy like Oshaki fight like I would want my son to be able to box. I wouldn't want them to be a pit bull. You know what I mean? I want them to be like Oshaki. You know, come out in one piece and make it a masterclass.
Yeah, no damage. Like that man could. I was looking outside. That man could go straight to the club if he want. You know what I'm saying? He can go
for real.
He can step straight out. All he need to go back to his shower, put on his shit. You know what I'm saying? He can go straight out, no problem.
And we know he war ready, because we ain't never seen nobody with odds. I ain't gonna say the odds were totally against him, because of course he was in Texas. But bro, it was Philly in the building. Philadelphia was in the house.
Oh yeah.
They tried to pressure. They tried to bring that kind of pressure also. It was almost like a hood thing where, you know, they surrounding you, but they ain't jumping you, and they trying to trying to intimidate you so the homeboy could, you know, have an advantage. And bro, he wasn't seeing none of that.
Yeah.
You know, but it was a beautiful night of boxing. I feel like the Laura fight, like it made me think of what Jamel Charlo said, that there's scripts in boxing, you know, and they'll literally tell you to like carry a guy for a certain amount of rounds, and probably based on the time constraints, that they didn't want such a short card, like all of the fights were boom, 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 that they probably needed a little extra time. They probably told Laura to drag this fight out.
That's what, you know? In my housekeeping, that's what I talked about in my housekeeping. I said, man, boxing gotta do a better job at disguising the fixer. I was like, man, he dropped the man in the second round, and then right at the end, he showed that he could get that shit at any point in time.
Yeah. So, they made him take a whooping in the process. If I was him, I would have got rid of the dude. You know?
Yeah, he did. He was getting touched a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't really noticed it to the end of the fight. At the end of the fight, it looked like he had lumps everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? Letting dude get all them free blows.
Yep.
But of course, the main card. Well, hold on. I can't forget my boy Frank Martin. Frank the Ghost. And I'm talking about he really deserved that name, because I know he's spooking a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is the Ghost. And I'm talking about he is coming to reap what all these people done sold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure Richardson Hitchens gonna duck. You feel me? He don't want no smoke. But I would probably, I could probably see, my boy Frank Martin fighting either Roach or Pitbull.
Yeah.
You know, jumping in that mix, because it's basically the competition of Tank's, losers. You feel me? And everybody wants to know who's the best of them all. And they think it's the two that didn't get stopped. But I beg to differ. I feel like Frank Martin has what it takes for both of those guys. You feel me? Like he showed you last night that, like, I ain't gonna lie, I remember watching the interview before the fight of Frank Martin, and he was talking about, like, even Richardson Hitchens. He said that dude ain't nothing special. He said all he got is a jab. So what did Rances Bartholomew, that's really what he tried to bring, was his, phenomenal jab. He tried to just bring a jab and thought that was gonna get the party started. And my boy danced all around that jab like a jab. You know what I'm saying? He was jabbing with the jab, knocking it down, and connecting. And it was just like, oh yeah, you gotta have more than a jab for Frank Martin. That ain't working. This is an athlete. You feel me? And he trying to be vindicated. So he's very hungry. Like, if he got to put you in the ER, he gonna do it.
Yeah, I was happy for him, man. I was happy he got that monkey off his back. He rebounded. Looked like him and Buddy McGirt are gelling. He receiving the good counsel.
Oh,
Buddy got answers for him. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. I'm talking about, that's the best corner I done seen all year. And I've been watching, trying to judge the normal greats. But I feel like Buddy McGirt stepping on the Bozy Ennises, and you know what I mean. Even Bomac. Like I don't see nobody really goddamn dived in like Buddy McGirt was. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm interested to see how Joe Goosen does with Mario Barrios. Joe Goosen was commentating last night, and I'm always impressed with his boxing acumen. I just know he like knows so much about boxing, like I could never know that much. You feel me? And it's just like, wow, any fighter that he works with will be improved. So I'm looking forward to seeing Mario Barrios with a guy that can tell him exactly what to do. You know, like I'm pretty sure he can beat a Ryan with a real guy like that in the corner.
That it make it interesting because he worked with Ryan. Goosen worked with Ryan, so that's gonna be like trade secret,
double entendre.
Yeah, like that's why I was like, that's why they doing it, because Goosen worked with Ryan.
Oh yeah, that should scare Ryan a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That ought to get in his head. Like, dang, you got the motherfucker that know me better than I know myself. You know, but of course that fight of the night, everybody knows that Roach fought the wrong kind of fight in the beginning, and for some reason it took him to hurt his hand to fight the right kind of fight. Ain't that crazy? You know. So a lot of people call it swing rounds, but I really feel like Pitbull just flat out won those early rounds. You know, because it was more effective punching. You know, it was kind of some embarrassment involved. So I think that was like, you know, I guess nowadays I call it crowd points. You know, I think we need to have a thing called crowd points. You know how you make the crowd go ooh and ah.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because eventually it started being Roach, and that's why a lot of people feel like he won. Because if you count the crowd points, oh yeah, Roach won by far. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, they both took over the fights at different times, and then your boy Roach just did not close the show. He let Pitbull steal round 11. He stole it. You know, he almost knocked him down again. You know, right at the very end. Like he let him steal a boring round. It was a boring round 11, and then he let him steal it. And then round 12, he didn't try to win it at all. So that was like a gimme for Pitbull.
Yep.
And
that's the round. Yep. Damn, look, bro, I got that shit right in my notes. Like, I got that shit right in my notes, like right at round 11.
Yes,
People tried to steal the round.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can't make that shit up. Let's just say Pitbull tried to steal the round. Roach controlled the round to the last 10. Like, he let him steal the round. Like, that's in my notes. Like, that's verbatim.
Yes, sir. Hey, you already know, man. Birds of a feather, man.
Yeah. You know, I was like, man, it got playback value. You know, his father
great
was
value.
Speaking about it earlier, and I said his father. That's why his father dug in his ass that one time. He said, "Man, what the fuck are you doing, man?" He's like, "We don't know how they watching." He's like, "Man, box, get back to boxing. What are you doing?" Mm-hmm. That's what his father told him. You know what I'm saying? And like, because in those instances, you got to know that. Like, it's sad to say, but you're down. You probably down by 2 or down by 3, and the fact that he knocked you down, you damn near gotta knock him out or knock him down.
Yeah.
Or make that shit just look like you gotta crank his ass. He gotta be like, it gotta be blood coming out. You gotta do something visibly to really, like, you know what I'm saying, offset where he's already at, because the business of boxing is going to make it to where they're not going to just get upseat him to give it to you. For what? Like, that's Manny Pacquiao guy. He got a fan base, a demographic that's gonna come see him rain through the snow. Most of these people in this building is his. You got to do something, baby. You got to do something big, like you know. So in a boxing thing where you could just, when we look at it and it's like, okay, visibly, yeah, you probably outboxed him or whatever, but that's not enough for you to get that you know, that decision, man.
See, it was so many moral victories in there involved, like, you know. The real reason we all want to give it to him is because what he did to Pitbull, he really tamed the Pitbull.
Yeah.
You know? And that in his own right. I don't care if you was losing the first 5 or 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Just to tame the pit bull, it's like that's like a 10-8 round. It's like those are 10-8 rounds to me, you know. But you know, it's gonna just be a regular 10-9, of course. And like I say, boxing is punishing him the same way they did my brother O'Shaquie Foster. O'Shaquie Foster was getting punished when they was, you know, I felt like it was a robbery the first time with Conceição and probably with
hell yeah,
Abram Nova, all these guys, right? But what they were doing, boxing is they were begging him to cut back on so much finesse and step on somebody. They want to see him step on somebody. And Conceição was like one of the first people he showed power against. He's like, okay, y'all want to see me hurt something, you know? Like I can't just win with a jab and without getting touched. So Fulton just became the next victim. Like, man, the guy done learned what it's really gonna take to, you know, obliterate an opponent. And he's only getting better. Like, I'm really scared of him. The guy can go to any division. The guy got 72.5-inch reach, you know? And he got skills like that to go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I was loving Devin Haney, boy. He might be in trouble, boy. Or Shockey Foster might be coming for everything and everybody. I'm just saying, like, you know, if he moves smooth. I ain't saying he could be undisputed at every division, but as far as just getting a championship belt, he can get one at each one of these divisions all the way up to 47. That's kind of skills I'm seeing right now. Like, I would love to see like him and a Keyshawn, you know, first off him and Shakur, you know, possibly him and Abdullah. Like, this dude, man, you better bring your A game because you're gonna need it playing with him. But I appreciate your time, brother. You know, I definitely make sure I try to get up here early because I saw you about 30 minutes ago. I was trying to do something and jump back in.
Oh, it's all good. Nah, but yeah, man, it's always, man. We just it's been up here for almost 3. So I said I got back into my working out the way I'm doing my 2-a-days. So I'm getting up early and then I'm doing something, you know what I'm saying, when I get home. So I'm trying to get back right, you know. So
yeah,
but it's
man.
all good. We'll have a couple lives this week, man. I appreciate your contribution. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, you had a good time with the cards, man. You was able to share what you thought about it. But spot on, man, in my opinion.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna tap back in.
All right, man. Have a good one. Yeah, man. Like you said, man, like minds, man. You know, I had it verbatim, round 11, like, you know what I'm saying? That's so wild, man. People be watching boxing and be coming down to the same conclusion when they're not bullshitting, man. But hey, my fight of the night, man, fighter of the night was that guy, O'Shaquie Foster, man. Much love down there to Texas, man. And them boys down there, man, you worked on your craft, man, and it shows. You know, I hope you stay focused. Don't let nobody distract you. Don't let no obstacles get in your way. Other than that, man, I look forward to my man Tank, boy. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all creating a monster, man. When Tank come back, man, he gonna knock somebody's head off in the stands, man. But salute to a good PBC card, man. They still got the juice, man. I don't care what nobody say. They still put on great cards top to bottom, even with all the hiccups. You know, with the Janabek popping hot, with the Fulton missing weight. 1 or 2 monkeys don't stop no show. You know what I'm saying? So they did their thing. I was entertained. I was impressed. We had a good night of boxing. We won a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying, on our parlay. So it was a good weekend, man. This is Fruits and Veggies, not that Reggie. That fact-based content, not opinion-based. Silence is consent is the name of the channel, meaning that all it takes for evil to prevail is for men and women to remain silent. So we speak to those things. Hopefully, you was able to put something in your rucksack and march on from the show. Until the next time, thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga? Right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep.
Welcome to Bodywork.